Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you once again for spending your Sunday evening with us. I am your host, General Goliax, and we're co hosted by Flam, our residential immortal player for the play by play. Hello, Flam. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, Galix. Happy to be here as always. Excited for another Turbo Night.
Absolutely. We're also here with Ty Man once again for the picks breakdown from our other residential immortal player to kind of go through the drafts, like round out all the plays and see what they need to do to get some wins in.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. They're as supporting as usual.
Absolutely. As you all may notice, we have quite a bit of changes here on the stream. We have our live video now. We've made a couple of internal changes as well. We were able to have the live standings for those of you watching. We did unfortunately have to restart our points system because with the update on Valve, they I believe you told us that the no longer support the data being from private games.
Yeah, it seems to be what's happening. You can't automatically pull info from Valve servers, so a bit of a hiccup in the process, but I'm sure it'll work out. We'll have our new system up and running tonight.
Absolutely. It is a little unfortunate, but we will be implementing the same bonus challenges, the 3 points for not dying in a game, as well as a point for each 3 camps that a player stacks throughout the games, maxing at a total of 5 points throughout the tournament. So we're still looking to see some exciting things, see a lot of cool drafts and a couple of resurging players that we haven't seen in a little while. I believe, Tyler, we were able to get the Architect back in here, a fan favorite from about 3 or 4 weeks ago. How have they been?
I brought the Architect in. He's pretty good, very competitive, very good player, very versatile player, very good at playing whatever role needs to be filled. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does in our tournaments.
So looking at the initial breakdown, it looks like we have Nox versus Kettle of Ketchup going head-to-head against each other in the beginning round. What do you guys say we watch and go on that game, seeing one of our returning champs and then, of course, one of our fan favorite builders? What do you guys think on that?
Yeah, absolutely. The combined stack with Nox and Chronic Apathy seems pretty stacked to me. It seems like they've got quite a bit of MMR on their side, but we've seen these Mate Muy Bueno teams display some really strong team play. We've seen Wusong be a pretty successful player in this tournament. So I'm really curious to see how they pull together against the threat of both of those high skill players.
Absolutely, a very exciting match to say the very least. And once again, we've also got Gator on the Tasty Tango team this week as well. Last week championship player in the carry position. So they have a really stacked lineup here. So it's very interesting to see how this will all go down. Tyler, any predictions on this one?
So from my predictions, I feel like Nox is a really good mid, and Kettle's going to give him a run for his money, I can tell, with like the Lena picks and other things that Kettle picks up. Mate is normally a tank player, so he'll play tank. Moy plays a really good support and a really good Clockwork. So I feel like they might ban out his Clockwork.
Absolutely. Well, we're loading into the game now. Flam, we will see you after the draft phase for the play-by-play.
Sounds good.
All right. Once again, I want to thank our sponsors for tonight's event. We have Wusong Gaming and Green Step Logistics. Those 2 companies have come together to give us a lot of resources and allocations for these events. They are giving a promo off of tonight's event. Mention DTX on your next order for 10% off. So once again, thank you all for being here. Please, if you can, support those companies. We really do appreciate it because they support us and help us make this happen. Tyler, right out the gate, the Jakiro and Storm Spirit ban coming in heavy.
Yeah, the Jakiro, I seen that coming because of Kettle, and I seen the Storm Spirit ban because of Nox. Like Nox is known for playing characters that are like Earth Spirit, Storm Spirit, Ember. Immediate there I was see it. There's the Ember Spirit gone. Yeah, they're playing around banning Nox's heroes, so Earth Spirit's going to be gone next probably.
Do you think the Tinkerband could see a hit here from last week's performance from Kettle, or do you think Nox is almost like encouraging it as a sign of, hubris?
I think Nox sees it more as humor. I don't think he sees Tinker as much of a threat to him. Um, as I mean, Puck's been banned. That's another hero that Nox plays is Puck.
I
Um,
feel this is really greedy though. Like they're really cutting out the mid lane right now, and they're just basically giving Chronic and Muy Bueno and Mate and Gator and Wusong and Taylor basically free picks of off lane and safe lane in this
I
match.
I think they just don't. I think it's just they're banning around like the two middles, like the top tier MR players. I think that's what they're doing at the moment. They're trying to take
Oh,
out
they
their
are.
picks.
They 100% are. But however, like these mid range and like off lane cores that we've seen in these events have really had a major impact on the game. Like I feel like it's almost too greedy, limiting around just the mid build alone. I know that it is turbo, so it can pivot very quickly in some of these matchups. But I do feel that it could be a little greedy.
OD's been banned. That's not shocking. OD is one of the strongest mids.
I do not miss OD. I am glad
I
that he
don't
has
miss
had a few
OD.
changes.
I don't like OD at all. The fact that he can
uh,
one-shot you with an Imprison R combo is just disgusting. And
so
there's
that
no
is an
counterplay
Ursa
for it.
ban. An Ursa ban into the Lion pick one. That's a Lion is also really solid this patch. I mean, I don't think he's ever been bad within the last pretty much
I
2
do I
years.
I don't particularly like what they did with Lion, but he's still playable. I feel like they buffed it, so they buffed his damage. He can't kill clones anymore. There's mana drain, and he no longer gets health from finger kills. So that's where I kind of feel like Lion is not as strong. But in terms of damage, he still does a fair amount of damage. He's
I
got
mean,
a couple new talent changes.
two disables is also very powerful in this meta right now. I mean, it's a Sanjin Yasha patch for status resistance. There's the Tinker Man, by the way.
Yeah, the
But
Tinker's gone.
I do feel like Spectre is just never been better in some of these patches right now, just because Bloodthorn Manta style can delete almost any core in the game once it's there. And
And keep in
Lion does not have the way to defend himself anymore.
No, he doesn't. And keep in mind of Spectre also is a very good person to snipe supports that generally don't have a lot of utility or mobility to get away from her.
Absolutely. Now, there's a lot of intelligence hate ban over here, but I haven't seen a silencer ban yet. Do you think that's something that Radiant can, kind of pick out? It looks like Dyer's been really focusing on like the intelligence punishers between the Storm Spirit, the Anti-Mage, the OD. First item that you build most of the time on Ember Spirit ends up being Mage Slayer. So, are they trying
Yeah,
to protect like a high intel team build comp potentially,
I think
or?
I think I think they should get rid of Silencer most likely because like Silencer is just so miserable to play against. If you're
Yeah.
playing like any caster, any support, it just makes your life miserable.
Oh, yes. Plus, it's also the longer the game goes, he just scales so exponentially, especially in turbo. It's not fun to see in a silencer at 30 minutes into a turbo game, just the damage that he puts out. Chaos Knight, that looks like it's probably going to be the Wusong pick there, probably the
Yeah.
safe lane.
I feel like Wu's probably going to be with, and the Warlock pick has been gone through.
Very strong pushing on both sides. Like, I'm seeing a trend: purple support, red core.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed too. They're both the same color, ironically, but the thing is, Warlock is actually a huge counter to Chaos Knight
Yes, just because
because
of
all he has
fatal
to do is
bonds.
no, not even that. All he has to do is keep dropping golems on his head. Chaos Knight can't do anything.
That's true. Just keep
He can't
kiting him
turn
until
off. He
it's.
can't turn off his armlet. He can't turn it on because he's constantly getting stun locked.
That's true. That's very
And
true.
they got a Lion Hex. They got a mana burn. Lion's mana burn with Shard is an AoE, so he could easily burn out the Chaos Knight. He can't kill the clones anymore with the mana drain, unfortunately, but he's still pretty good against Chaos Knight. Don't get me wrong, he can still be pretty good against Chaos Knight.
So if we're
Legion
continuing the pick
Commander.
trend here, they're going to pick an orange arranged hero. If we're continuing the pick trend.
Yeah. They
So
picked Legion Commander. Legion Commander's pretty good. She gets a shield from her Q. She's got quite a few reworks, which are pretty good, make her a lot stronger and more viable in the current meta. You don't see a
well,
lot of people
it's
play Legion.
the big thing is the talent that gives the spell immunity is like so game breaking, and then what is it, the AoE? the AoE BKB that she can initiate. Ooh, Dazzle and Axe.
She also gets a shield when if she takes the face it that most people pick every time she uses her Q. So if she groups up with a whole bunch of Chaos Knight illusions and she presses Q, not only is she going to hurt those illusions and probably kill them instantly, she's also going to get a shield for the damage she did. So she's going to be pretty hard to down.
The Dazzle is also a huge pick right here. Can completely deny this Legion Commander's game. You know, honestly, picking the Dazzle and then immediately picking the Axe basically prevents them from being able to completely counter the Shallow Grave Pool here. But Radiant has a really beefy team to chew through, though.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you ignore Gyro in a team fight, a Gyro can absolutely decimate that team in seconds. Gyro is a very strong character to deal with any of this. He can deal with the Chaos Knight quite well. He can shut down the Witch Doctor. He can easily isolate the Dazzle. He really just has to avoid the Blade Mail for Max. Then he's pretty good to go.
Lena ban coming out on Radiant over here, you know. I'm still seeing a silencer that might sneak through this. You know, a lot of the Radiant's game plan is playing around like these spells.
Yeah, I'm curious to see who their tank is going to be, because I don't think Legion can out tank an Axe and a Chaos Knight. I feel like they need, like, if they really want to go for, like, I would say a really good tank here in this matchup would be like an Underlord or something.
That is true. I feel like
Underlord would have so much mobility in this map with the Legion, the Gyro, and just to keep them, like, the Fatal Bonds with the slow from the Warlock with the Golems and the Roots.
I feel like Underlord would be good on both sides, too, just because it can completely deny the move range and mobility that Radiant wants, and it's just really good with the Witch Doctor as well on Dire. You know, it could be either team picking that up for a last-minute play, and Kettle is known for playing his Underlord mid as well.
Yeah.
This could also be a Muy Bueno Dazzle.
Yeah. They still have Clockwork available, too.
That is true, but usually they would have picked it by now, I feel. I think, I really feel like this is a Muy Bueno Dazzle angle here, and Kettle's trying to pioneer some new type of nonsense to come out of the woodworks for this last pick.
That sounds about right. That sounds like a Kettle thing, yeah.
His IO rushing Helm of the Dominator mid.
Yeah, that sounds a lot like Kettle, yeah.
I mean, he does not disappoint. I will say that. It is always a very interesting game to watch.
Yep, it is, in fact.
Going into the reserve time now.
I think that Underlord would be a great pick for either one of their teams, but I think specifically, the team that has Gyro, I feel like would be very, very good with an Underlord, because they could just deny Axe blinking in, deny the Chaos Knight completely. We got a Pangolier.
Pango? Another very beefy core player.
Yeah, Pango.
There's a lot of health pool to chew through from the Dire.
Pango can jump really, really far with his face it, and not only that, he gets a shield every time he jumps.
Do you feel maybe, Nature's Prophet? Oh, no.
We know who that is.
Oh, no. Kettle, no.
Kettle is going to be the Nature's Prophet, if I had to guess.
Yeah, that's probably what we're looking at. But we'll see. We're up for a very exciting match, one way or the other, to say the very least. Good luck to both teams. Tyler, thanks for coming in. We'll get you after the match.
Sounds good.
Welcome back, Flam. What a draft.
Yeah, I'm feeling like I'm imagining the CK is going to have a hard game against the Legion, against the overwhelming odds, as well as the flat cannon from the Gyro. I just can't picture this Chaos Knight getting the farm quick enough for their illusions to be able to have the impact they want. But on the other hand, they have the Dazzle counter. Legion's going to struggle to get duels against Shallow Grave. And obviously,
I
Axe
do.
is on the wrong team to dunk through that shallow grave. So we could see some interesting mid-game engagements where whoever's playing this Legion is not going to really have the start they need. But the later the game gets, this has to go to the Radiant if the Dire don't have a quicker timing. That's my view on things.
Yeah, I know that Kettle, with his Nature's Prophet style, is very good at cutting the waves and preventing like the enemy from actually being able to push. But it can only do so much when pulling from behind, right? It's more of one of those things you need to be playing ahead from. So I'm very interesting to see, because I'm assuming Wusong is on the Chaos Knight over here, or it could potentially be on the Witch Doctor. Very good comment coming in from our YouTube chats. Nobody picked Spectre this game. Do you think that's because they were trying to go with more of the Pangolier play on Radiant, or?
Well, I think Spectre, maybe they just don't have the player for it, but Spectre has also kind of fallen out of the meta a bit lately, I would say. I haven't seen her super recently. You have chunkier heroes like Lifestealer coming up, and Spectre actually kind of struggles against some of those heroes. And if you lose lane, I think in this meta, in this patch right now, it's pretty hard to recover. There's a lot of strong tempo coming out. So Spectre would have been nice against Natures, but maybe they don't need it because they just have the Legion who can pick off the Natures already.
That's true. That's
Assuming
what we and
Dazzle's
Tyler were
not
talking
positioned.
about. They have a very, very beefy lineup. Like, it is a lot of health to chew through. So
This is going to be Wusong on the Witch Doctor. So we have Chaos Knight is being played by, it looks like, Muy Bueno instead.
Ooh,
And it is Kettle Natures. I do hope he does not go for the Octarine build. I don't think it'll do him any favors this game. I think he needs to have an earlier impact, and it just takes so long to get really any direct impact from the Octarine core in these fights. It's not going to help you survive a duel. It's not going to push things down at like 10 minutes when you really want to be pushing.
You can ult so many more times in a game.
Yeah, but CK needs that farm, I don't know.
I'm being a little ambitious there. So looks like smoke going out immediately on the Dire.
Yeah,
they're
already moving to position as a team. It looks like we will see a clash at the runes coming up for sure. Both headed to the same side of the map. I do favor Dire at level 1. As long as they're not all bunched up for a strong, overwhelming odds. Gyrocopter can struggle a bit at level 1.
He has leveled Maledict, so they could very easily secure kills here.
They are going to get spotted out on this Watcher. Nope, they just barely dodge it. This could actually be lethal. Super lucky. Oh, and the counter smoke, here it is.
Coming back in. Gator getting the top end, coming in on 3, gets the pip off on 3. Wusong coming in, Maledict on 2, coming back out. Nox is coming in, instant kill down. Nox is taking a lot of damage here. He has the shield to get back. Matt A is going to be able to run him down. The blood grenade's going out. Taylor Swift is taking some pips from the Maledict. It's not going to be enough. Moy's going to go out for a last pip over there, try and burn some of the regen out. Looks like they're going to secure some of the runes here.
First blood does go the way of the Dire. Very nice smoke. Just barely skirting the edge of that smoke, breaking on top of the Watcher, but they get pretty lucky with the work timing of that. So they're going to be happy with that start for sure.
Oh man, this off lane for the Dire looks greasy. Dazzle Axe coming into the lane. 2 mortal enemies in the traditional sense, but next to each other is absolutely devastating and miserable in lane.
I think, yeah, Axe does not like laning against Dazzle. He wants to get into the creep wave, and he'll take a full shadow wave if he tries to do so. Not the best situation for him, even though later he will counter the shallow graves.
Wusong getting the Q and the coconut out, taking a lot of damage here. Muy Bueno still securing most of the last hits right now. It's still very close, not a whole lot going on. Kettle pulling the creep wave back. Nox being able to get a double creep wave mid over here is going to be able to basically deny most of this gold to Kettle.
Yeah, it looks like Nox is handily winning this matchup. Nature's doesn't have a lot of spells to really control or hold this Pango in place. I think Pango has a lot of physical damage and Nature's is not super high armor at the beginning of the game.
It could be also like
will
he's not
struggle.
trying to win this lane. He's going to use teleport to just maximize his gold level lead and go in and secure the kills for the off lane and safe lane. I mean, look at how pressed up bottom lane is right now. You know, it's not like they're trying to really go even with the lane. And same thing with top lane too. It's very shoved under tower. It could very easily just be a teleport in and easily flip these fights.
Nature's support is coming in.
Gets it off, gets the Q, gets the stun on Taylor Swift, going back down. Are they going to turn on the... gets the slow back in. Coconut is not there. It looks like he may be able to get out as well. Wusong coming back in. He does not have the stun. So it looks like they do get the pick off on the kill, coming right back mid. So it's really, really close. Still the 1 gold lead. But they're up 2 on Dire right now.
Yeah, very interesting. Kettle Ketchup goes this no treant build on Nature's. Most people these days really abuse the Ironwood treant to harass and to push down towers in lane, but he just skips it entirely. So he's not going to have any of that push setup in the early game. He's just counting entirely on snowballing off of ganks. So pretty interesting to see this playstyle. It's definitely not what you expect from a Nature's, and it's a little unique maybe for this team.
He is getting severely punished for this build in the mid lane, though. It's almost like he cannot stay too long, or he just gets pushed out significantly.
Missed call down to the bottom lane. Chronic Apathy is going to clean up this pole camp as well as the wave while taking quite a bit of damage into the Axe. So not very happy Axe right now. He's struggling. Only 4 last hits. This is not where you want to be as the offlaner, but he's going to have to survive and recover somehow. You're right, though. Nox is crushing Nature's in CS. 18-7 versus 13-1. They do have the kill XP in gold.
Oh, it looks like 2 ships passing in the night up here in top lane. We thought there was going to be a Maledict and stun went out on the Legion commander back here. Muy Bueno does not have the mana to kind of close this out.
Legion's going to be safe and cozy, farming under the tower for a bit. That's unlikely to change for a minute since the lane is pushed in with 2 ranged creeps unless they get a pull off. They won't. So not a huge threat to Legion for a while. Maybe if Kettle Ketchup rotates in, but he is a level behind Nox on the Pango now.
It looks like he's going
bottom
right
lane
into the Orchid. Stun's going out. Wusong on the rotation. Nox coming back in. Gets the bonk out. Could potentially be devastating for Wusong. Kettle Ketchup does get Shallow Grave. Is going in. They do get the Warlock. Mate is taking a bunch of tower shots over here. He doesn't have the armor to support this. Nox is low on mana. Chronic Apathy circling back in. They do have the ult coming out. Wusong's might be taking a couple of hits from this. Flat Cannon doing so much. Going back in on Gator. Goes the slam. Bam. Tower shots are doing nothing to Nox. He has so much armor at this level.
Nature's ulti does come out, but it doesn't clear out the wave, unfortunately, so this tower is going to be taking quite a bit of chip damage, but Axe is porting back in with Nature's holding in place at Sprout. He does get the call on Taylor Swift, but...
Desperately getting the gold they need. Oh, Chronic could go down here. He does have the 6. He doesn't have his ult anymore. They're taking a bunch of damage. Mane's circling back in. He does not have the battle hunger to slow him down. It looks like he could potentially... Looks like they're just going to settle for the Warlock over here. That's really unfortunate. Mane does not have his 6 right now to build this much-needed armor in order to sustain the rest of the game. Rescue going in.
Top lane, we have a brawl coming in.
Up. Taylor's taking a bunch of damage. Kettle circling back up. Is he going to let him pop the ult? Nox is going up from behind. Rescue is taking a bunch of damage right here. There's no mana to go back out. No permanent things. Nox is circling on the back line. Gets the Sprout off to hold him down. Maledict is going on, but he's not taking damage. Whoa! What a hit!
Wusong had no mana for ulti.
The bigger Dazzle comes in. He's going to save for the Shallow Grave. Muy Bueno takes the win.
There's that Dazzle counter to the LC.
Potentially go in. Can he get the Shallow Grave up again? He gets the heal. Potentially could be devastating. Nox is in a bad position. He's out of mana. Axe goes to the dark. Gets a tower shot. The poison. What a hit. He's down. What a turn! What a turn by the Dire!
That Dazzle play coming in strong there. That heal sustain just really ruining the Legion's day, causing that dual win to be turned. CK is very happy to be walking away with a little extra damage now. Here that benefits a lot from that right-click damage. He doesn't build it naturally all that much, so he will make good use of it. Thank you for the donation. Surprised to see Pango, too, looking so tanky at the start of that fight. Coming in with a double jump. That damage is insane, but some nice sprouts holding him in place, and then just the sustained damage from also the call coming in to finish off. He's just not quite able to limp away. So really strong counterplay.
Another pick going out over here. Muy Bueno is going to start snowballing here soon. Almost done with his armlet. Ooh, looks like a steal going out on the Wisdom Rune over here. Matt A circling back in. Are they going to potentially contest this or let the Gyrocopter walk away with it? Looks like he's going to get away
He's
with
already
it.
scot-free. Yeah, Chronic Apathy looking to be pretty far ahead here on net worth. He already has Sanjinyasha up. Is going to be going for the Force Staff to help kite his
Taylor
natures.
Swift is coming back in. Muy Bueno doing some damage over here. Rescue does not want to repeat the same mistakes that he did with the Dazzle over here. Dazzle going back in, gets the Hex off. Does he already have his Shard? He does, but they get the duel off and instantly deletes the Dazzle. So if I can't counter the Dazzle, I'll just kill him.
And one solution to the shallow grave is to just duel the Dazzle. He can't grave himself. Well, I guess he can
Well,
now
you
that he
can
has
if
his
he's,
new
if he's
ultimate.
out of his body. Nox over here looking for the pick, goes in the engagement over here, circling back, going out for Wusong over here. There's not a lot of engagement on the back line, gets stuck with the back. Oh my goodness, what a dirty bounce, like a pinball going out. Going back in on the Axe over here. Axe is outgunned and outmatched, out of mana, slowed. They are basically going to just take him down here too. Free kill for the Legion Commander. No duel up for another 22 seconds, so it's unfortunately don't get the bonus damage. It is level 1, so it's not really that big of a swing in the damage, so to speak, but you know, the gold is probably more valuable in the long run.
It'll be the Blade Mail coming up on the Legion now, so we'll be able to find those pickups on the Natures even easier. Meanwhile, Natures has rushed the Orchid, so he is looking to have some pick-off options here. Does barely escape Gyrocopter with a haste rune running full force at him. That is terrifying. CK now going to be going for his own Orchid, and then Blink is the next big ticket item for Matt A on the Axe. But he's going to probably die here. Nope, he has it ported and walks away safely. So I think Dire should look for engagements once this Axe Blink is done. But until then, they're going to have to play a little more reserved because some big timing's coming out on the Radiant. Diffusal, Yule's also done on the Pingo, so lots of mobility. Mana regeneration taken care of. And obviously Diffusal mana burn can really hurt heroes like CK and Axe. We even saw earlier that mana was an issue for the Witch Doctor being able to get his ulti off. He didn't quite have the mana for it and lost the fight earlier. So I imagine that's
circling
be pretty painful.
Here. Potentially looking for an engagement up here. Kettle of Ketchup pings the wards down here. It's one of those more of the farming situations right now. Oh, they ping. They see the Axe. They're looking for the engagement over here. Dazzle and Witch Doctor are nearby. Kettle does not have the TP. Going back in. Blade Mail goes out. Not only the best person you want to duel, but they do have the damage. Oh, does he live? Manny does live because of his armor. What an insane play. They do get the kill on him, but no damage going back out to the Legion Commander.
Still, a kill's a kill. They're going to take it. Probably head off because they're a little low on resources now with ultis used.
Kettle engaging, going back in. Gets the stun off from the Witch, or from the oh my goodness, the Lion over here to prevent the kill over it, but it's not enough. They still get him picked off. Gyrocopter circling in, taking a free bottom lane while the fight's coming back up. Axe is circling over to go to him. Can he potentially stop it? Goes back out for free. He's still getting, he's a lot closer to his Blink Dagger though.
Jar's opted for pretty big mobility build with the Force Staff, Boots of Travel, Sanjinyasha, so he's aiming for the late game. Looks like he is probably dodging fights for a while. He doesn't quite have the damage to do a lot yet. So we'll probably see him come together with Satanic and Ags. Yeah, Satanic Ags, and then probably into crits. Either that or the new Revenant's Brooch is an option too, potentially.
Does that stack with Flak Cannon?
I don't know for sure. Probably not. Probably not. I don't believe other crits do.
That would be insane.
That would be quite good.
Muy Bueno and Rescue looking really close to each other right now.
We do see Basher in the quick buy for Pango, so he's going to be looking to help.
Gyrocopter's coming back out. could potentially get the stun off. A lot of damage coming through here. Follow up from that A coming back in. Could potentially get a lot of damage to follow up here. Kettle gets a Shallow Grave off. Nox doing a bunch of damage. Could potentially heal back up, all the way back up to full health. Rescue looking for the pickoff. Muy Bueno gets the damage out, gets the bug, goes bananas. Matt getting the circle back out on Nox over here, potentially take him down. He goes down. Muy Bueno gets the pick on the support. What a play by Dire over here.
Yeah, they really wanted to find that pick off with the duel, but they took just a little too long on a little too ticky of a subject. And now with Pink ulti running out, the Dazzle's able to come in, keep everybody healthy. The Nature's able to walk away with more than enough health, and that Orchid CK can just burst whoever he wants to at this point. They don't really have the Dispel to deal with it, so. Unfortunate situation to be in. This might turn into a T2 push and potentially even a Roche soon. Roche is going to be bottom still for the next few minutes, so I don't think Gyro wants to fight. This is probably going to be this tower's going to be conceded, most likely. They do have Warlock ulti, but without their damage from the carry, it's not a good fight for them. They have to let it go. Solar Crest being built on the Natures to pump up his Ironwood Treants. He can buff them up to hit towers very safely. Of course, you could put a lot of resources into killing the Treant that has a Solar Crest on it, but it's still going to do a ton of damage, and it's not a hero. It'll just spawn another. It's not really worth that much gold, so pretty strong pushing ratting build, hybrid with the damage of the Orchid and the Maelstrom from the Natures. He has grown out of the Oxrene core.
The video quality right now, I'll have to look at it after this match to see what's going on with it. We're getting reports that the frame rate or the resolution has dropped significantly.
Pull roots and run.
Actually, while we don't have a whole lot going on, let me take a look.
Tormentor is being done by the Dire. Dazzle has to grade to keep himself alive, but it's fine. They've got the healing afterwards. So you do have the Axe Shard going onto Axe. Should help just a little teensy bit with the stacking Battle Hungers. Nox does find an easy pickoff on Dazzle. Without their Dazzle, who's kept them alive in these fights, and soon the Witch Doctor to fall too. This could look really, really rough for the Radiant. Or sorry, for the Dire. Chronic Apathy comes in. He's tanky. He's ready to hit everybody all in all. They do not have the Pango ulti, and the Axis uses Blade Mill. I think these two are going to be able to solo this team here. They don't even have help. Nox does go down, it looks like. And Chronic is running away. Now Legion is here. No mana left on the CK. He could find a duel with the Finger of Death in the backline. Axe has found the Lion and will be able to possibly kill him. He does. The duel goes out, and Axe is dead. Damage onto the Legion, and it's only Kidolf catch up with a Solar Crest on him, running away now. There is Dazzle, who's just respawned. He does get the Grave out, but is this going to be enough to keep sustained throughout the entire chase? They don't have detection, though, so he's going to be able to TP away with the Glimmer Cape. A good save by Gator on the Dazzle. Now Witch Doctor has respawned as well. The Golems are hitting the tower, but I don't think they're going to be stopped by these two supports. They're going to walk away. They don't want to die again. So all in all, a pretty even trade. We do have the Legion and the Gyro walking away as cores with a decent amount of golden experience. Nox unfortunately died there, but we got a dual win on the Legion and some really important kills right after the Tormentor. So instead of the strong showing the Dire once, I think the Radiant reclaimed things just a little bit with that fight. It's a very good, very bold engagement from just the two cores alone, basically 2v5ing the entire enemy team for a minute. I wish we could have replay on that, but unfortunately our production is down at the moment. There will be a double damage rune in the river, so they could find this. Could be very lethal on the Legion or even on the Pangolier, whose ability to scale both off of the spell damage and his right click. So DD amplify damage, especially lethal on a Pangolier. They are going to bottle that up, right. So they're ready to find a fight. Legion looking. Has found the CK. Is this good, though? No, it's not.
Oh,
Nox, unfortunately. That's so unfortunate.
Oh, man. Reminds me of playing pinball in school when it gets stuck between the two bumpers. Oh, Kettle's probably going to go down here as well. Gator does get off with the Glimmer Cape. Nox has that double damage, could very easily do. They're looking for him. Rat is going to send him out, and he goes down. It has been such a back and forth this game. I appreciate all of you for sticking with us. I believe we have the video quality significantly improved now.
That double damage room paying incredible dividends in that fight. 5,000 damage dealt by the Pangolier alone. Chogs down through that entire HP pool of the Chaos Knights. You are a strength hero? Well, it doesn't look like it. It looks like you're made out of paper when the DD is on Pango. Nature's leading the pack now, though, in gold on the Dire. What's his next item? Octarine Core is finished. He will be going for the Lincolns to help defend against the duel, and that will be nice as a defensive measure, for especially during these rat plays.
I will say that it is a significant improvement on his build. He has removed the Octarine Core for being his first item, and he's moved it back down a little bit. I would like to thank Kettle of Ketchup for altering his build.
Yeah, I think this is good, but then now we see the rat starting to come out. He's going to come in, he's going to spawn the treant, he's going to plop it down to cut the wave a bit. Kind of misses it slightly, so just going to sit there awkwardly. Hello.
It does do
Chronic
enough
does have
damage
his
to be able
Ags
to
and
hold.
Satanic Dawn.
Sending Trent back out over here. Do they have any boots of travel on the Radiant, though? The Gyrocopter
Radiant
is
are
the
working
only one.
on Roche. They're sneaking this. Roche Seeker is right there, but they don't have the vision. So that should go down uncontested. Probably goes to the Pangolier, if I had to guess.
They're also in a very good
Things
position
are
to
coming
rotate
out.
top and go in and get this Chaos Knight and Dazzle and Axe up there with the Aegis. Pangolier takes it. Gyrocopter's already set up in a good position. They know they're up there. The creep wave has peaked. Axe is over in this.
You are going to
camp.
be
They do get
careful.
spotted out.
If they take
Ooh.
a fight, just barely missing the catch. If they take a fight while their mid lane is this pushed in, if they don't fix their lanes, Nature's going to do what he's doing right now, which is push in these unpushed lanes and start threatening their racks with the right-click damage from the treants. Pretty spooky. It can, in Turbo especially, just take down your buildings quicker than you realize in just a few seconds flat. So
It's
if they
faster than a
overcommit,
lone druid.
look. Yeah. He's got 2 of these buddies, and look how much damage they're going to do. This tower is pretty much gone already. They've already missed the chance
By
to
the
stop
time
it.
they get back, there goes another Trent. Solar Crest can come out in 1 second. There's an engagement going on top. They're trying to buy time. Nox is going in the back line. Witch Doctor gets the switcheroo off just in time. Nox's voodoo on him. He can potentially turn here. Does Wusong have the damage? He has the ult. He can potentially turn around. It's going to get a couple of pips just in time for it to expire. But Chaos Knight's coming back in, gets the stun off. Goes out with the Yule Scepter, could potentially go on the BKB mode, rolls out slightly, could potentially get Wusong. Wusong goes down here. Moigueno is taking so much damage on him. Does he have the Paladin damage? Res Q goes off on the eel. Bottom Gyro is also in a bad position. They lose a tower and almost all their racks, but they do take down Kettle for that set.
So the boost travel play from the Gyro, able to counter the rat, go find the Nature's Pickoff. He is able to stop the TP with an instant missile. And now with the racks going down, this Nature's Rat has kind of been turned on its head. You're going to lose 2 racks in turn for trying to steal this one that you haven't even 100% finished. So no buybacks on the Dire. This could actually be end of the game if they're not careful. If a few more deaths happen. But they're going to play it safe, reset, maybe play around and fixing their lanes again. And now with 2 lanes of racks down, it's way harder for this Nature's to do his rack game because the creeps are going to push in on their own. The Radiant creeps are going to be so much stronger in those 2 lanes.
Maybe they sit here and they regroup and wait for another Roche to try and finish it off, because they do have the tier 2 bottom that they still have to go through before they can set up to take that last set of racks. Or even then, they have to be very careful, because if 1 or 2 of them go down, Gyrocopter has proven that he can 1v1 into the Nature's Prophet at the cost of losing most of the racks. Coming back in, circling back around, gets a duel off on the Dazzle, stops the play there. Dazzle may survive, gets it off, does not, goes down stunned. Rusong's going out with double ulti, doing so much damage in the backline. Kettle and Ketchup going in against Chronic with the Satanic, and the BKB is doing so much healing, so many pips. Oh my goodness! Moigueno could also go down here, gets the pip, he goes down. That's probably going to be a GG, but it's a buyback on the Axe and the Dazzle. They could potentially do something here. Is Kettle Ketchup going to commit to the fight, or is he going to go back and try to push them to go back and defend their base? Diving back in, gets the kill off on one. There's so much damage going out with the shallow grave and the heal and the blade mail. There's so many things happening right now. Matt A going back in. Kettle of Ketchup getting stunned in the backline, but Nox is not doing any damage right here. They're not taking this tower, but I mean, the Golem is doing so much damage. They may lose Nox for this play over here. He has the evasion. He could potentially slip out. Matt A could potentially blink in 1 second to get the Q off. He goes into the ball form. He's going to be able to go for the BKB. Does he get the Q off? No, he was BKB'd and gets out of it. He's going to keep jumping. Holy moly, he is all over the place. Do they have the ability to stop him? Coconut comes out. Paladin's going to go for it. Metal circling back around. It's going to go down for Nox.
A nice play to pick off Pango before he can get escape. Chronic Apathy doing so much damage. Over the course of that fight, he dealt thousands and thousands of damage just in that little skirmish, only 2,000, but there's a point where he was surrounded by all the enemy heroes. He had his BKB Satanic up. He was flat cannoning while taking immense amounts of damage. So this strong healing, stand strong and hit flat cannon and use your abilities despite the blade mails, really working out for the Gyrocopter in this game. They're gonna have to find a way to deal with that or disable him somehow if they want to more convincingly win a team fight and end this game. Though they do have the Treants coming in, they do want to set up on the enemy side of the map, stop things from being in their base where they seem to be losing these fights. Hopefully, maybe they can return this double Rax take and even out the game again. But 35k net worth.
Do you think this is
hard to
even a
overcome.
Halberd game? A Halberd on the Dazzle?
Halberd,
or
unfortunately, Halberd is dispelled by Satanic now because it's dispellable. So when you activate Satanic, it is a dispel. So it's not good at this point. Against Gyro, it won't be enough. I don't know what they do.
Then?
It's probably a Hex. I feel like I'd like to see a Shiva's perhaps on the Axe as well, to reduce that healing. Interesting double warding going on. Oops.
Happens to the best of us.
It's hard. It's hard. They don't really have the carry matchup. I mean, oh no, CK just uses BKB too. That could be game losing, honestly. CK is just really rough against Gyrocopter. You have to catch him with his BKB down and Bloodthorn him. That's what you have to do. A Hex would not be bad, but I'm not sure if they have enough of damage during the Hex to kill him regardless. It's a tough game. It's a tall order for sure. 35k net worth. Also,
dispel as well.
Yeah, they have tons of way to dispel things. So you almost have to find a way to kite him, separate him from his team more. If you do get the drop on him with the full combo of like CK plus Axe Call, you could kill him. But you have to get him before he gets a Satanic off. And Chronic Apathy, being as good a player he can probably clutch the Satanic press as he's called, as he sees the animation happening. And if he does that, he survives, so no problem. And then you lose the fight on CK Axe. They are going to smoke. They're looking for the pickoff outside their base because they're scared of fighting on and losing their last Rex here. They want to get the jump.
Could be a very.
They are going to be walking into enemy vision here, though. And they're losing their tower for this. This is maybe not the play, but they're going to get maybe a three-man call.
Pango gets picked out. Legion Commander coming back in, gets the pops going off. Chronic Apathy did not get his BK or his Satanic off, but he's taking barely any damage. There goes the Satanic out right now. Taylor Swift trying to drain some mana over here. Wusong dealing so much damage, but instantly gets stunned, followed up by a rat coming back in with the columns. Axe is taking all of it to the face, but Chronic Apathy's just going to run down Gator and Dazzle over here. Maddie's just taking free shots from the backline. Stun goes out on Gator. Can they follow this up? Maddie does not have the health pool to support this. Kettle of Ketchup sitting on the back line trying to pick off the Lion over here, but immediately backs out, goes back to base. He's got to defend this somehow. I don't think he can.
GG
I
is
think that's
called.
GG. What a match.
Yeah, as I worried, this Gyrocopter just getting too much out of control. Gets his turn, they don't really shut him down or fight him in the jungle, and that matchup with CK, it's really hard for CK. So they had some really strong fights earlier in the game. They were able to do some shenanigans to ruin Legion's duels, but in the end, you have to finish a game of Dota in the late game in most circumstances. So if your draft loses in the late game, it's just you're trying to overcome quite a few mechanics of the game. So Gyrocopter looking incredible. How much damage
thi-
did he do in that game? Let's see.
Quite a bit.
41,000 damage.
I think I want to bring him up here for the post game interview. I think the Gyrocopter worked very hard for that. So let's get Chronic
Yeah,
up
let's do it.
here.
I think he
Let's
did pretty good too.
Yeah. Very, very good. Let's see. Where are they? Chronic. Move to Streamer Studio. Chronic, how are you doing, buddy? What a game.
Hello.
What a match there, bud. What
My team doubted the fort staff pickup.
we were watching it from up here. We were thinking that is a very, very good displacement pickup item. Like, what were you thinking throughout some of those fights? You know, there was a lot of those times where you were almost 1v5ing that team.
I pressed Titanic, I live. That's the game plan.
Can you tell me why you opted so early for the Boots of Travel? I mean, your first items were Sanjin Yasha, Boots of Travel, Force Staff, just like full mobility. Do you find that's quicker than rushing the axe on Gyrocopter? Or did you want to be able to respond to the natures specifically?
I gotta go fast, you know.
Gotta go fast? Yeah, that's fair
I gotta
enough.
go fast.
Is there any item choice you think could have actually shut you down in that game? Or was the matchup too hard for the CK?
I think that there were times when they saw me and they used all their spells at once, and if they chained them in a way that it wasn't all at once, maybe I would have gone down, but I had 4,000 HP by the end, so it's tricky.
It is tricky. It's a lot to chew through, especially when you have the dispels from the Legion, you have Pangolier rolling around. So nice showing from your team. Do you think you're going to be playing a lot more Gyrocopter one position tonight? Or are we going to see some other pocket heroes, do you think?
My team captain said Gyro, so I picked Gyro.
Understandable. Well, excellent performance. You kicked a lot of butt that game. We're looking forward to seeing more performances from you, and good luck to you and your team.
Do I need to move down by myself?
Oh, we got you. I got you. Sorry, I'm just dealing with Chemical. It looks like one of the players was not able to connect on their previous game, so they are trying to figure out a substitute to come in for them. But it looks like it's going to be a game loss for Team A Carrot, I believe, that was not able to have their player connect on time. So that is unfortunate for them. Knowing A Carrot, yeah, they are a very dominant player in a lot of these matchups. So they should have their follow-up player back in time for round 2. But I don't believe if they're going to be on time for the following round. So, but once again, thank you all for joining us. If you have not, can you take this time to subscribe and like the video? It really helps out the channel. It helps us put on a lot more of these events and gives us a lot of honest feedback on, your viewing habits and, where you guys are at. And it really gives us a lot of data on how we can help improve the channel. So thank you all. Tyler, what did you think of that game there?
I thought it was pretty chaotic. As I said, I had a feeling that the Gyro and the Pangolier and the Warlock, I feel like those 3 combos alone would have been enough to shut down the Chaos Knight and just to really deal with the Nature's Prophet ratting. I mean, Nature's Prophet doesn't rat very well against people that have Boots Travels as well, to just wait for him to go for the tower or go for the racks. And Lion has the ability to give Pango permanent mana, so really what it came down to, I think, was just they had a lot of AoE and a lot of dispels to deal with the Axe taunt. And I think that Chaos Knight wasn't able to really shine that game because of all the AoE damage that they were putting out.
Absolutely.
Shout out, by the way, to Gator, to the Dazzle Knight game. I know that even though they lost the game, I think he did a ton of healing, a ton of work, won multiple fights in the early mid game, and that could be tough against these strong players like Nox and Chronic Apathy. So quick shout out there. I just wanted to call out the good play I saw. This new Dazzle, very exciting, very fun to watch. So well done, well done.
Very exciting game to watch, all in all.
But yeah,
Let's
I
see.
had a feeling that the team with the Warlock and the Gyro had a slight advantage because Chaos Knight's good against targets that don't have a whole lot of AoE spells. And if you look at the Radiant team, they have a lot of AoE, and they have a Disarm on the Pangolier and Abyssal Blades. So they have a lot of ways to kill Chaos Knight's illusions and lock him down and make it where he doesn't get to engage these fights at all.
Absolutely. So we have our standings now. It looks like Captain takes their game as well. And it looks like BKB Hater, also no big surprise to them, takes away the win on that match. So our pairings for this round is going to be Nox versus Captain. Now, Captain is more of a newcomer to our Captain scene over here. You know, Captain, a little homage to Major for those of you, my film buff fans. But yeah, absolutely. I've played a couple of games with them. Nox, I believe you've played with them a couple of times. You know, where do you see Nox versus Captain on this lineup here? Who do you think is going to be the favorite in this matchup? Did I lose you?
No, I just misheard you.
Oh, sorry.
It's hard to say. I'd have to see the full rosters. I always have a little bit of favor towards Nox, and I know Chronic is a player as well. They definitely proved in that last game that just that duo alone sometimes can just like as a pair win the game themselves. I mean that post Tormentor fight where they walked in as two while their team was still in transit and almost won it themselves really sticks in my mind. It's going to take quite a bit of team synergy and outdrafting in order to overcome that. But we did see last week Arte de la Puerta as a Weaver, and a Bucket of Fish, always a wild card, of course, could come in strong. So it depends on these lanes. They need to do better in the lanes. They can't concede that much farm to the gyrocopter or to the one position to the enemy mid if they want to have a chance. I think I'd like to see more aggressive support rotations, and then I could favor the Dire. But right now I'm going to have to go with Nox Chronic Apathy.
I will say, for those of you watching at home, the apple does not fall from the tree, far from the tree. The chaotic nature of Bucket of Fish, Kettle of Ketchup, they are siblings, believe it or not. Well, I know for those of you watching their play styles, it's not too hard to see the differentiation in their two builds. But yes, they are siblings. So they have a very a unique play style in that family, to say the very least. If your enemy cannot predict you, how can your teammates?
True statement.
Do you think that at the Bucket of Fish Kettle family gatherings, they argue about whether to rush Octarine Core or Tangos on heroes?
I think that they have an entire cornucopia made of just tangos and iron branches,
just filled with tangos.
Yes. Another thing that I've been the witness of is that if one of them has noticed that the enemy team did not make a lot of smart plays, they have been known to drop a mantle of intelligence at the beginning of the fountain, so that way that their next game they can begin with a little bit more intelligence.
Very gracious players.
I know, it's very nice.
Sometimes they even allow their carry players the last hit. I think that's, it's very magnanimous.
Dagon, as you guys know, as you support players know, Dagon is a farming item. It's just farms heroes.
I'm excited to see the draft on this one. I think the Weaver is probably a really important pick to secure. I don't know how well Chronic and Nox are aware of the importance of this pick to the Stompers on Arte de la Puerta. I also don't know how big his hero pool is. I'm sure he's got other heroes he'll perform just as well on, so they're going to have to watch out for that. The Lich, Bucket of Fish Lich, is a little out of meta, but they could still opt for it right now. So a lot of important picks on either side.
Flam, why don't you do the pick breakdown for this one? I know this one is a little bit closer to you with these lineups. Why don't you and Tyler take this one?
Yeah, of course.
Sounds good.
I can stick around. Chronic is an anti-mage player, so that is an option that could be pulled out. Probably as a fun last pick. They did last pick the Gyro or close to it last game, I believe. So we'll get some signals from these initial bans.
They third picked the Gyrocopter Flam.
Did they? Okay, my apologies.
Pick. Instantly bans out the Weaver.
Yeah, there's the Weaver. So they're well aware, Nox. has been keeping track of things. I am curious. I don't know Faz, Gimon, or KHLY that well.
So
Faz
Faz is a
probably off lane in this game.
Faz is normally a one trick. He plays Monkey King.
I've seen him play more than Monkey King though, right? Got
Yeah,
it.
but-
Okay, banning out the spirits.
It's when
So they're
he's
going to ban out some of Nox's stronger spirit heroes. That's probably good. I don't know if they're aware of the Pango, but that is always, a strong pick, regardless of the patch, the meta. Apparently, Pango is always around. Wyvern is banned. Don't know who that's for specifically. I wonder if that's a Game On or a KHLY specialty. Natures has also been banned. So they're just trying to get rid of some of these very high mobility, strong meta heroes from the mid lane. Limit Nox's options.
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing at the moment. They're trying to take away some of his key characters that he plays.
I do wonder if this Legion ban signals something like a duel, or maybe even like a Legion, or like a Life Stealer.
There's the
I don't know if that was.
There's the Monkey King ban for Faz.
They banned it themselves though.
No, I don't know Flam. I just know that that's his hero generally that he plays. Lich is going to be Bucket, and Jakiro, I have no idea who that's going to be, but we have two supports so far. We have Lich and we have Jakiro being picked. Witch Doctor has been banned, Monkey King has been banned, which is quite interesting because Faz is a Monkey King player, so I find that a bit strange, but we'll have to see.
Jakiro, pretty solid pick right now. That's probably going to be our 5 position. We've been seeing that hero from the 5 role pick up incredible amounts of damage, kills, game impact, even in pro games. So probably Taylor Swift on that, I would guess.
Ursa's been banned too.
Excuse me.
Bless you, Flam.
Ursa ban is interesting. That reads to me like they're trying to enable some options for their offlaner. Heroes like Tidehunter or Timbersaw, who can struggle against the stacking damage of Ursa. They can't tank in the normal ways.
There goes Silencer. Silencer's off the table now.
We have some pretty big threats from the mid lane still in the pool, like Outworld Devourer.
They also haven't got rid of Nox's Earth Spirit, which is kind of shocking to me because he's a spirit player. So any spirit other than Void Spirit.
You know what? I think they might actually be setting up for Anti-Mage. They're getting rid of the silence, which Anti-Mage can struggle with. The reverberating silence. The Ursa is a pretty strong counter pick. In some cases because of the tempo he provides. Even the Wyvern can be difficult for Anti-Mage. Yep. This smells to me like Chronic wants to play Anti-Mage. Spectre banned out.
Primal's been picked.
They have that break option for any of the strong passive heroes like Bristleback. Obviously, Spectre is not going to be in there.
Lion again.
So this is probably Faz on Primal. In the offlane, it could also be a mid, but I find that less likely.
I've seen Primal mid before. It's just I don't think that's what we're gonna see this game.
I really like Lifestealer here. It's pretty boring, but Lifestealer is pretty strong against Primal. Provides some nice frontline. Okay, the Doom will come out, so they have Doom as an option to deal with any mobility heroes that rely on their spells, and also he's just a very reliable laner that can snowball with gold pretty quickly, assuming he's not facing too difficult of a lane. And he has a lot of options now, especially with those Ravage creeps you can eat. You can have some nice AoE stun in team fights by stealing the creep abilities.
Doom also hits really hard if you go if you get the Alpha Wolf Flam. He does like 600 grit. It's disgusting. Like
you don't want to focus too much right click wise against Frost Shield of the Lich, and like the armor of the I think the Purge creep we're more likely to see on the Doom. That's got a lot of utility this game. That'd be pretty cool to see that. Shaman with the chicken fingers, so all the hex disable options. That is going to be a little tricky for an anti-mage to navigate, but Chronic knows how to navigate it, so
yeah,
it's not going to be enough on its own.
That's 4 disables plus primal, so that's 5 disables so far on Stomper's team.
Both teams looking pretty strong. I just really like Jakiro this patch. And Doom as well. I don't know how Primal will feel against running through the Jakiro's AoE stuff. That might feel pretty bad. Trying to pulverize somebody on top of Macropyre. Phantom Assassin, very strong this patch. And there is the Lifestealer I was talking about. Very nice against the Primal, provides a good front line. And can disarm the Phantom Assassin once Ags is up. So Infest will disarm and has such a short cooldown. Kind of a nice counter to the Phantom Assassin. This can go either way depending on which team snowballs. This will probably be Arte de la Puerta on the Phantom Assassin.
Keep in mind of something, Flam. Primal actually can get his 25 talent and completely counter Jakiro.
What's the counter? What's the talent?
He can't be slowed or rooted when he's trampling.
Yeah, that could be a counter. A lot of game happens before that level 25 though, so you have to get to that point.
Yeah,
Quap ban, that's to prevent that from going to Nox. Quap pretty strong. Generalist option. Puck is still Puck hasn't banned, so Puck is out of the pool. What is even left in the mid lane? Is it a Void Spirit potentially?
I'm surprised Earth Spirit isn't gone because Nox plays a really good Earth Spirit.
Yeah, Earth Spirit could be good.
Morphling. Morphling's been gone.
I don't fully understand this Morph ban. I think Morph is pretty much only played as a safe laner these days. And they already have the Lifestealer. Maybe they're just scared of it in the hands of a high MMR player in general.
If you want to deal with Morphling, you just play Ancient Aberration.
Huskar is banned, so no cheese picks in the mid lane. They're wanting to prevent losing lane just by a factor of being in a really rough matchup. Ember can counter a lot of mid melee heroes like Earthshaker, for example. So maybe this signals like an Earthshaker pick coming out for Nox. I do like Earthshaker this game. It's kind of nice against Phantom Assassin and Primal, who have to go in pretty hard. Void Spirit is also still something that could be signaled. Another mid hero that really struggles against Huskar.
Yeah, I think that because they banned every spirit other than Void Spirit and Earth Spirit, and Nox doesn't like Void Spirit, so it's most likely if he plays a spirit, it's going to be Earth Spirit because that's the only one available to him now.
Taking their time to think about this. We got a full minute 30 left. Definitely unlikely to see an anti-mage now with the Lifestealer. I don't think anti-mage mid is Nox's style. This is a hard position draft-wise. I really don't know what Nox wants here. But okay, he's going to opt for the Leshrac, so nice AoE damage, can run down some of those lower health squishier heroes like Phantom Assassin in the early game. Might struggle a bit against Blade Mail builds. So Primal could have a strong impact against the Leshrac, but Nox and Leshrac is also unlikely to lose the lane, so we'll always be able to farm, get BKB up, and deal with that Blade Mail.
Yep. I wonder who their last pick is going to be for the Stompers. They have a tank, they have 2 supports, they have 1 carry, so... And it's going to be Sniper.
All right, it's a pretty spicy Sniper pick. They're going to have to work really hard to keep Lifestealer, Doom, Leshrac away from Sniper.
Yeah, it's going to be...
Sniper's going to have to be playing a pretty precarious position all game. But Sniper also can do well against Lesh. Can keep Lesh at bay in the mid lane. Get some of those denies because Lesh's attack animation and damage is not awesome. You can deny Thinks He's Lightning Storming for last hits too, right in front of his face at earlier levels. And Leshrac is going to have to run through Shrapnel in order to run up on you with the Edict going. So it could work out. It could work out. Only time will tell.
Actually
absolutely. Very, very interesting draft, getting the PA and the Sniper in there. It feels like almost like a little too greedy, don't you think? Don't you think, Tyler?
I think it's a little greedy. We've seen Sniper overperform and build items that let him provide more of a surprising like tank role from the back line, which sounds strange to say. And they do have the primal to take up a lot of that damage, soak up a lot of that damage. It does feel greedy though. Both heroes are gonna have to take a little bit to farm and get what they need. And I'm having trouble picturing how these rotations on the mid lane would turn out. I think Leshrac is more likely to get a double kill than be killed by a rotation at this point. Just looking at the supports. I don't know. It's if they get to the late game, the PA and the primal
take game though, like which could be impactful, I would think, especially like going in with most of their draft. But I mean, Nox doesn't really care with the Leshrac when it comes to like armor. Like he's just going to chew through it, and like that's the thing about PA and Sniper on the team for like being your main points of damage. If Leshrac gets on the backline, you know, they don't really have items that they can build that effectively give them a chance to survive.
Yeah. I picture this Sniper at PA getting run down under tower by Lifestealer and Jakiro slow and not really having any recourse. And then Leshrac, of course, too. I think it is going to be a tough game for them early.
They've also got a Doom that can just run you down as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like, how is PA going to survive Doom?
Can't even heal through that.
Yeah.
You need like a Lincoln Sphere to block it, and that at that point, generally what ends up happening as soon as Doom realizes that you've got a Lincoln Sphere, he'll just buy a refresher and he'll do it again. Or he'll doom 2 people, and then both your carries are pretty much useless. They have no healing. They're not going to stay in combat very long, and they're just going to die.
I have to favor Chronic's team again on this one. I do think if we see an upset in the mid lane, I think if Nox maybe struggles, like is not familiar with a Sniper versus Lesh matchup, it's possible to make misplays that are hard to get away from there, because you can get shrapnel to death by scatter shot if you're not careful. I think we could see maybe some counter snowball happening that shuts down the Shrek safe farm. I'd love to see some early game impacts. Blink Dagger, Pulverize coming in from the Primal, the Blade Mail to help tank Leshrak's early moves. I think that could be their gateway to victory. But it's a tall order beating Nox in the laning phase. He is a high MMR player.
Absolutely. Well, for those of you watching at home, if you have any questions or concerns, Tyler is sitting in our Discord server right now. Feel free to join him for any of the questions that you guys have. And if you have the chance, please go ahead and click that subscribe button if you already haven't. We'd love to have you here. And if you want to get involved in any of these events and join the league, by all means, join us on Discord here, and we'd love to have you. Thank you once again, Tyler. We'll talk to you after the game.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Very exciting lineup that we have coming into this one. I do still feel like it's a very greedy lineup for Dire. I feel like they're trying to end this game with like some very, very, very tight windows on power spikes here, and I'm not sure if it's going to pay off the way they expect it to.
I do wonder if we're sleeping on this Lich a bit. Frost Shield does disable a lot of this Lifestealer's damage on a target. Doom, Lush, and Lifestealer, all of course, that really want to have to run in together, be in the thick of things. And Lich could really thrive with a well-timed Frostspire into Chain Frost, keeping people alive, forcing them to tank a ton of bounces with a Chain Frost. I could see this maybe, this Lich pick having a pretty high impact too. I don't know. We'll see. Lifestealer does have Rage, of course, but you still take some damage through that. It's
going to be literally anyone's game at this point. I do feel it is favored in the Radiant on this game. Looks like they're circling back up, going for the low ground while they're coming up from behind. Dire could very easily see them. They have the ward there. Once they pick it up, you know, they see that the ward has gone behind them. They can very easily turn this. Instantly gets deleted on the Jakiro over there, overextending. 3 are rotating bottom. They could potentially also get Chronic caught out here as well. You know, they see him down there.
He's fine. They're not going to dive a Lifestealer under T1. They can try, I guess.
You underestimate the level of eagerness some of these players have.
I do worry with Bucket of Fish getting this first blood. He already has the Phylactery queued up, so
oh no,
he's gonna put that gold to its worst possible use.
Oh, supporting is killing. Clyde already off to a pretty good start into this lane already.
So this is gonna be Faz carrying and Phantom Assassin. A little surprised as a human
you
character.
don't know,
I know
you've never seen
sometimes
support? You've never seen support, PA?
it's not sport PA.
Faz already
Watching
leading
the
with
mid
4
lane.
last hits. Like, the denies, like, neither of these guys mid are getting any last hits. Like, we're at the second creep wave, and, you know, Nox is only at 2. Bottom lane also very aggressively pushing over here. Goes in the stop. Art's going back in. Taylor Swift's taking some damage. Chronic does get to be able to dodge it with the rage, so he doesn't take a lot of the damage over here. Actually, sorry, no, you had open wounds on there to slow him. Still very close right now. Sniper with no last hits in the lane. Oh, it's gotta be miserable.
This isn't what we wanted to see from Sniper. Already falling behind. 8 denies on the Shrek is brutal. That is a lot of denies.
That is a full 2 creep waves of denies.
He's denied almost every creep that has come into the lane. There's another. Uh-oh. So this Sniper is not going to be carrying the game, I think.
It's really going to come down to Faz up here, but even still, it's like they have him so choked up over here. It could be very difficult for him to close out this gap. Missing on the ice path over there, but walks back into it. He might get the double stun. No, walks out of it. Knocks level 5 into Clyde's level 4 over here. For those of you who don't know, Clyde is the named account for Captain. Taking so much damage, pops the Fairy Fire, instantly deleted.
There's Atlas just running down the Sniper like we envisioned. Falls behind, doesn't have the move speed to get away from the Edict pulses. And it's only going to get harder. He's just going to keep feeding.
Over here. Has the dagger up, could potentially get some damage on there. No, lets him walk out. They really want to try and take out the Jakiro. They don't know where he's at. Oh, running it down behind again, going behind tower. Level 6 into the level 4 Sniper right now. Could very easily turn this around. If he overextends, could very easily spell damage. Gets the Edict out. He's running him down. He's taking some damage. He does have the creep wave behind him to absorb some of it. He's only level 4, though. Where is his team? He's getting dived. They could rotate in here very quickly and turn this fight. They're dealing with their own combat problems. Clyde looks like he's going to get another Edict. They're going back in. Primal circling back in. Too little, too late. Nox does not have damage. Pirta's going in. Arm is doing the stuff. They don't have the damage to go out on him, though. Where is his team to follow up?
Mox out of mana, though. Here comes Lich.
Can they get the
Are they going to have any way to stop the TP?
Walks out for free. That was unfortunate because it looked like, if I'm correct on here, Bucket actually started channeling the TP mid, but canceled it halfway through.
It might have been canceled also. I didn't see exactly what happened, but it might have been canceled by an ability.
Gets the grip out. Taylor Swift taking some damage over here. Stun's going out top. Rat is doing some damage, getting the double stun out. Potentially on game on. Double stun on game on. Gets the pull. He can potentially go down here. He does have the chicken fingers to be able to walk out of this. Damage coming out on Faz. Taking some tower shots on Rat. He could potentially close this out with a dagger and a well-timed go in. Rescue is also in a bad position right here, but Game On's taking so much damage. Does Game On does he have the shackles? He does not have the shackles. He doesn't have the mana. He's 5 mana short to potentially turn this fight. EA gets the level 6. Can he get the shackles off and hold him down to get the kill? They really need this. Faz is turned away. Is he going to be able to initiate follow up on this? He's going to get some damage. It's going to get a few pulls. Rescue goes out with a push on the bird. Saves himself a little bit of time for the Jakiro to come back in.
Nox almost has his blink. The Sniper is going to be dead wherever he shows on the map with this blink dagger up.
Really unfortunate play here. Clyde just now getting his level 6. He has the raindrops now. I don't know if it's going to be enough because the damage is just way too much on the magic side. Faz has got a really hard game ahead of him.
Yeah, he's going to have to outfarm this Lifestealer, who's already got a pretty strong start, topping the net worth.
Clyde's doing a lot of damage on Nox. Taking tower shots. That could have very quickly turned the game. Look at all that
Do you
damage
see
from
a
Leshrac.
double kill on the bottom lane? Bucket of Fish together with the Primal. They're able to find a kill on both Lifestealer and Lion.
Rescue could potentially go down as well. Rat's going to be taking some damage. Doom goes out on the PA, but the ward is down. Clyde circling back in. Rat's taking a bunch of damage. Could potentially get the double kill. Can they get the vision on Rescue to take him down? Doesn't look like so. Looks like PA gets burned to death by the Doom and the Macropyre. So much fire.
You can tell Dyer's middle tower is in trouble from the way it's being destroyed as I speak.
Mid tower going down. Nox easily pushing it in. Not
Nox
contested.
being
We do have
very
Primal
greedy
showing
with
up.
his health
He will
pool.
be able to blink away.
Could potentially
They're going to
turn
chase
this
in with
fight.
Primal.
Oh, he gets the grip. 1, 2, 3. Could he go down? Could he go down? One hit. No! Oh my god, that shrapnel! Oh
Wow.
man, that is not what you want to see.
I cannot believe he survived that.
PA gets another kill top. So Faz is closing the gap. He almost has his Battle Fury now. Even with as deep as the mid lane is for the Radiant right now, it's still only a 2k gold lead.
Yeah, we're not getting what we needed from the Sniper, for sure, in this game, but from the Primal, oh, it's so good. Already rotating around the map. He did just die to the Lesh.
Well played by Rat on that one. Nox gets another
Nox
kill on
finds
the
another
Sniper.
kill. Oh. This is hard. This is hard to watch. I've been in this kind of Sniper game. Where do you go? What do you do? There's no way to get away from the Blink Dagger at this point.
50 gold short of the Battle Fury at 7 minutes 30 seconds. Could potentially really turn this time around. He needs the BKB. He needs the damage to be able to scale this. Gets on the back line, grabs them coming in. Nox circling back in. There's a lot of damage coming back out. Where's the team? The Lich ult's coming out. He grips the grip on Nox. Could it potentially go down for it? The ult's coming out. Down he goes. Chronic is also getting gripped. The Shaman's Ward is doing so much damage. Bucket of Fish making that Phylactery pay for itself with the kill. Rescue circling back in.
Yeah, there we see the
Gets
Chain
hit
Frost.
Game on. Game on's taking some burn. Turns back around on Rescue. He's taking the tower shots from this massive Serpent Ward. Does so much damage on these pips, but it looks like he's going to walk out of there just fine.
Lesh walked right by the Lich. He could have had the Lich at the start of that fight, killed him with the Edict and the ulti, but he didn't quite see him and blinks in and then wastes a lot of his damage from his Edict and then can't really deal with the Chain Frost damage. And I think also his Blade Mail on the Primal Beast was out, and that did a lot of damage as well. So this Leshrac was shut down by this Blade Mail and Chain Frost, and has his momentum slowed quite a bit. It takes a lot of time for PA to get online and to counteract this Lifestealer, who's got a lot of less hits, but has died a couple times now, and maybe is quite a bit slower than he needed to be to keep pace with Phantom Assassin's Battle Fury. Radiance does come out. That's going to speed things up.
Catching up on the net worth on PA, was down 6k, now coming back up to 8, only 2 grand or 2,600 behind Nox over here on the Leshrac. Leshrac is forced to kind of not play as aggressive as he is, because now it's pivoted the favor of the gold back into the Dire. PA opting to go for the Deso, it looks like.
She's still very ahead on levels and could find the solo pickup on this PA if she is not careful. If Lesh finds her, she does die. I don't think she lives. She does not BKB. So
well, even then, the damage output from Nox, the PA does not have the health pool even with the BKB, because it's 60% magic resistance, and this Leshrac is just putting in so much damage this game. Rotation coming up top of the Primal Sniper. They are looking for a pick here. They do see them coming, and they retreat immediately. That is unfortunate for the rotation on all of them.
Nox hiding in the trees. Maybe misblinked at his trapped in the trees here, so very lucky they didn't pursue and scout him out, because he would be dead, but...
Tumbler's toy pays for itself.
Nice. Now we have 3 sitting mid with the Doom. Not really anything to do there. I'm not sure why they're hanging out. Maybe they're looking to set up a smoke here. They had many ports top. Stacks will be taken in the triangle. Nox now level 18. That's going to be level 3 Pulse Nova.
Looks like
and Bloodstone is done on Lesh.
BKB
This is a huge power spike for the Lesh. He can tank through the Blade Mail now with the Bloodstone.
Coming back in, goes out. Chronic's coming back in with the BKB, gets Clyde picked out over here. Nox is going to the back line over here. Lich gets doomed immediately, coming back in. Clyde could potentially go down here as well. Primal Beast coming in with the grip over there, but Art's got his ult, or he's got the ult running on Nox, so Bloodstone healing for so much over here. Game On is coming to try in from the back line over here, but he has no team. He can potentially die very quickly. Gets the serpent one out, doesn't have anything to follow up with. Instantly goes down. Bucket of Fish is like, no, I am out. There is nothing I can really do here.
4 for 3. The Bloodstone does tank through everything. Both of the cores sets kind of jumped past the other cores and went for the supports first, which is kind of what you want to do. So the supports quickly fall down, but Shaman is not quite in position and at the end dies. And the Shrek is so much further ahead, he's able to do more with that engagement style. So PA not ready yet to take on this Lifestealer and on this Leshrac. Leshrac now level 21 with Kai Assange ready to go. He is very difficult to deal with at this point. They're going to need a lot more items in order to make something happen.
In. He's charging, gets off on the Rage, so Rage is going to be down when he comes back up. There's a lot of evasion coming out, going out with the ult. Blade Mail's coming out as well, stomping. Taylor Swift is on the back line over here for any of the engagement. Looks like it's going to be kind of like a whole lot of nothing following up on this.
Lifestealer asserting his presence in the enemy jungle. He will walk away scot-free. Maybe a little bit of damage, maybe not quite scot-free. But now it feels kind of bad to be this primal. You've gone this Blink Blade Bolt build, which is great for the early impact, but Lifestealer is taking through it. The Bloodstone is taking through it on the track. You can't really do this thing that you want to do against them anymore. A nice dodge away though, dodges the splitter.
Very good blink.
Doom looking for a Doom target as soon as that's back up. He has 20 seconds. It looks like they want to probably find a pick off with this Doom into the T2 mid.
PA is
meanwhile, Lifestealer happily farming in the bottom lane.
She is on her way though. She may be able to get this pick off on Rat over here.
They will have a 5v4 if they take this fight right now.
They do see her coming.
Shaman is caught out.
Could potentially go down for this. Gets the pulse, goes down immediately. There goes one
now
of the
big 5v4 is turned on its head. We have Chronic Apathy coming in on Lifestealer. And they are missing a Shaman there, missing a lot of their crowd control. They are going to hunt here with Lifestealer inside of the Lesh.
Points out immediately. Nobody gets picked here. Could potentially turn this fight. Nox has got the Bloodstone immediately going out. He's got the ult running. Goes back in, gets the grip to potentially spell danger. Going out. Res Q is taking a lot of damage. Hex is going to expire soon here from the Clyde. Clyde goes back in. Finger of Death goes out. Doesn't do anything, but Macro Fire is going in. They're standing in the fire fast and very easily turn on this. Clyde has a lot of damage. Gets the ult going out. Could potentially drop it down. The Bucket of Fish does have the Ice Blast to go and drop him. Another pivot back in favor.
Les should not respect the Chain Frost again. He's going to need, I think, BKB next. He opted for the Shivas instead. I think he's regretting that right now because he just took so much damage there from the Chain Frost. Well done by Bucket of Fish. Absolutely making use with that phylactery. We make fun of it, but he's dealing damage. He's dealing significant damage in these fights.
Let's see, that's 325 plus Phylactery's bonus of 150. That is a lot of damage.
PA does have Deso and BKB done now. She's going to be doing even more damage. No Basher yet, but she's getting close to the money for it if she opts for that route. Might also maybe go some sort of anti-evasion measure or a nullifier in case the Shrek gets Axe. We shall see what she opts for. She's got some good options. And Ags is done on Lifestealer, so he does have the option to infest Band of Assassin disarmor during the fight, so it's going to be a little trickier.
BKB used on the PA. Oh no.
Just a misclick? That's very unfortunate. Like, that's her 9-second BKB, right?
That was the first BKB, yes. That is unfortunate.
That sucks. Luckily, you really want that 9-second BKB here.
I miss when you could sell BKB to buy a new one and reset your timing.
Oh, I hated that. I hated that the enemy core could just get a fresh BKB late game.
Oh,
especially when you're mid and you don't build BKB and like, I don't know, you're trying to end the game and the enemies, they're like, why are they immune so long? Again, I've been wearing them down all game long. Especially in a Techies game, like one of those old Techies games that lasted 2 hours.
Oh my goodness.
Be on your third BKB.
Navigating the minefields.
Yeah, good times.
Building Manta styles just to check high ground. God,
We do have
so
Ags up on the
close.
Shaman now as well. He does not have a blink, but he has Ags for push scenarios. And might actually be nice for the same reason as Change Frost is, having your ward attack 2 people at once. Deal a lot of damage to simultaneously the Lifestealer and the Shrek when they jump in.
Lifestealer and Leshrac, best buddies right now. You know, they could potentially go in and get this sniper on the background. Goes back in, Bucket of Fish blinks out just in time without taking any damage from Nox over there. Very lucky on these blinks.
T2 will go down, but it looks like the Dire are positioning maybe to find a pickoff on the disengagement. Lifestealer is strong, but we have BKB now on the Primal Beast. He can't survive Leshrac's crap. It's Edict. Level
Absolutely.
23 now.
Looks like they're going to try and engage on the Doom. Art is looking for the pick here.
They should advantage
Rat is
to
also
the Radiant,
overextending.
though.
They have the vision on him. Gets the grip off. Where's the team for the follow-up? Sniper doing some pips. Bucket could very easily get the grip here or get the kill. Looks like they're going to take it down. Rescue is coming back in. Doom is going to go out, but the BKB is running and the Blade Mail is running. Chronic is taking a lot of damage in the backline. BA going in, taking some damage, taking some names. Nox is going to get in a lot of damage over here. He does not have the evasion right now. Does not have his ethereal form. Goes down to 2 shots to the PA. That is a 3 for none fight.
Yeah, Bucket says Lich may fall out of the meta, I mean he got nerfed, but not when I play him. I am still going to be wicked sick against top-ranked Immortal players. Leshrac is really struggling without that BKB. He's just dying again and again to the Chain Frost because he needs to go in past all this stuff. Even with the Jakiro picked off at the start of the fight, you'd expect the Lesh to last a little longer, do a little more damage. But unfortunately.
Is this one of these scenarios where, like, Lifestealer is also going to have to build a BKB this game? Like, Rage and BKB?
I don't think so. I think Lifestealer is fine with that one. Just because of the Rage utility. You only need the BKB to get away from the Chain Frost. You can also infest inside people to get away from it. So I think he's okay. Going damage is the right play for him. So he's got his MKB now. I wonder if we even see a crit coming out, because he just wants to be able to chunk down that Primal. Primal should die in the Doom, and the fact that he didn't means you're not dealing enough damage.
We
do have Aegis now on PA.
We're losing your audio in some of the spots.
Oh, is that still the case? Are you hearing me?
No, it sounds good now. It's just I've noticed over the last few minutes we lose like a quarter of a second to a half second of your mic in some spots. Still working out the kinks, folks. I appreciate it.
So Phantom Assassin now has Aegis. Gonna have that BKB ready to go, and Satanic is finished. So this is a big timing for them. They're probably gonna opt with Roche down, probably opt these first 2 towers in the top lane. If I were them, I'd then rotate through and finish those other T2s. Do have a pretty strong timing here, which they should push. And they're also above a net worth, I think for the first time in the game, potentially.
Rotations coming in for this top tier 1. It looks like they don't want to give it up right now, or they could potentially at least get the Aegis out of there. Artie looking in, he has the invisibility. They could potentially grab the Nox immediately. Oh, gets the Hex out, potentially grabs the Bucket, get him off. He goes to BKB and Bloodstone, immediately goes back to full. Bucket of Fish is doing what he can, but he instantly goes down. There's so many Chain Frosts flying around, but the BKBs are doing absolutely what they're paid for. Going back in, so much damage going on Chronic. The BKB is going to expire here soon on Fast. He's going to go back in on Nox. Clyde is doing the best he can. He has the BKB running, but he's standing in macro fire. He's down. His whole team's down. The Shaman, where is he?
Yeah, they needed their Shaman there. Taking that fight without him is pretty bad. Did he port out, or was he just not in position?
I don't know.
They needed that Hex. Also, Blade Mail was not used soon enough on the Primal, so and the Hex came out. I don't know, jumping that deep without the better vision, maybe a little dangerous. Even if he BKB'd, then he would have gotten the full duration pulverize off. So maybe some misplays, I think, from Primal in particular in that fight.
There was also,
unfortunate to see.
Most of that fight was spent inside of macro fire, too.
Yeah.
Even with BKB, that's still a lot of damage coming out from the Jakiro. Especially at this level right now. That's 220 damage per second. That's 100 damage per second. 5 seconds is like 550 damage. Like, that is like 25% of Lich's health pool just gone from standing. Passively gone.
Yeah. Don't want to be inside that. Really unfortunate this Aegis power play ends in disaster. And they're going to lose a Rax for their troubles. A dive going in on the Primal who's defending. He does get away with the Glimmer Cape, but Lich is going to be found on the back with the Abyssal.
Chain
We
Frost
do
is
have
going
Chain
out,
Frost
but they
out,
do get the
but
grip. Do get the grip.
it's
Kirita's
kited.
going to grab him. Going in for a lot of damage over here. Doom could potentially go down. He gets immediately assassinated by Faz over here. They could very much turn this on Chronic as well. He gets the rage off. He has the infest. He goes back in on Nox. He has a bunch of low. He has a bunch of damage. The BKB is going out. Faz is doing so much from here. He has the Satanic heal up, but he gets stunned immediately. Game On doesn't have the follow-up. Flyer has the BKB. Could potentially turn around and do something. It looks like he's going to go down. That might be GG.
Yeah, once again, it's the Nox and the Chronic show. They turn at the right moment with the Infest, with the BKBs, and suddenly it's a team wipe.
Pinging for the end.
That's
What
GG.
a play. What a play. This was so close back and forth. 23 to 21. Very close plays throughout the majority of this game.
Yeah, the Dire had that moment where they had the Aegis and they could push down towers, but they just didn't quite play together and win that team fight. Maybe just didn't really respect the counter damage from Leshrac and from Lifestealer despite the Aegis. They do have to deal with Frost Shield on Lich, so maybe they
Bucket
are
and Face
able.
going last one. Hoorah! Gets the other chain
You have the
frost
double
going
chain
out.
frost.
They have the BKB. They're standing next to each other. They may. Oh, he doesn't have the infinite.
Hey, check it out. Dire's Ancients coming down.
What a game. Who do you think? Who do you think we bring up for that one?
I think it has to be Nox on the Leshrac. Talk
I
about that mid
agree.
lane.
I agree. Let me get him up here. Go post game. All right, let me grab Nox and bring him up here. Nox, buddy, what a play that game, man. Those were some nasty edicts you were throwing on that poor sniper mid. What do you got to say for yourself?
Bro, the sniper low-key is better than me. I just have the better hero, bro. I just pressed W. Unlucky.
What do you think?
Actually, I did not
Can
like.
you see a nerf?
I did
Can you
not
see a
every-
nerf for Leshrac coming soon?
They recently buffed him. They need to nerf this faster. That's too much pure damage. Do like 800 pure damage level 2.
Jesus.
So you and Chronic are really working together as a duo. We saw it last game as well. You're looking to be kind of the primo pair of the tournament. What do teams have to do to shut down those moments of weakness that you always seize upon? How do they stop you from snowballing so hard, from being such a strong dual core? Because there was a moment there where they had Aegis, they were pushing in, the Dire were actually ahead, and you found that moment to jump in and get the wipe on the enemy. What are teams doing wrong? What are they going to have to do to stop this from happening?
I think they're banning all my heroes and no hard carries because I'm getting 5 bans every game, bro. I cannot play my heroes. He has and then I have like 1 or 2 heroes that slip through, and then it's GG.
So they just can't ban out your entire hero pool. So you think they'd be better served banning maybe the other players on your team?
Yeah.
What about like the gameplay? Do you think there's an issue with vision play? Are teams not building the right items? Or are they just giving too much to your lane? Because you've had pretty easy lanes both games so far, I would say. Do you think? Are you scared of maybe more like could ganks stop these like high MMR laning phases that you're showing?
Yeah, 100%. I was diving the sniper like 3 times, and he got like 2 TPs. The 3 times I dived him, and he still died every time. So if they rotate more, they rotate more. I think they can stop us.
There
But if
was
they
a
don't,
rotation there from bottom. Sorry to cut you off there, but like it looked like the Lich was coming in with the primal there.
Yeah.
Had the Lich came in on that teleport, do you think you would have survived that gank?
Probably would have killed sniper, but I probably wouldn't have survived. They still committed like the primal and lich though. It was a bit too late. So if they rotate earlier or they TP'd on my mid lane like really early, and they somehow kill me, I think my game will be much harder.
If you got to pick one hero that you could play for the rest of the tournament, where they're not going to ban anymore, what are you itching to play that keeps getting banned out on you?
Ember, bro. That's my best hero.
Ember's so fun this patch.
Yeah,
That
I know,
0 point
bro.
clutch time is sick.
What is your favorite change
well,
with
hopefully,
Ember Spirit?
The 0 point cast point. It's like impossible to die now unless you're really bad.
you
Or
can
go up
do
against
so many
a-
shenanigans.
Or go up against a Troll Warlord?
That's Storm Spirit. That's Storm Spirit. The triple root
Well,
stop me.
hopefully, we'll get the
Absolutely.
treat of seeing your Ember Spirit. It was a treat seeing your Leshrac play. I feel so bad for that sniper, but it feels so good to see a player doing their thing and you on your Lesh winning that game handily. We some very sick turns in the end. Thank you for joining us to the review. Congratulations on the win and good luck in the next game.
Thank you for having me. Good luck with your casting.
Good luck.
Thanks.
What a turnout, though. Like, but it was what we were talking about there. Like, an agility here, two agility heroes going into that pool versus all the pure magic damage that they have. They just didn't have the health pool to sustain against it, even with the primal soaking up so much that game. I'm gonna actually pull that up and just see how much damage he absorbed. Just looking at it.
Tanked 32,000 damage.
Yeah.
So it's actually
33,000
the
damage.
most damage tank and damage dealt in the game was that Leshrac.
Yeah.
With the 40,000 hero damage, almost way more than double of the next closest hero
Yeah,
on
but
his
the
team.
amount of times Bloodstone literally completely flipped that fight was insane. Like, it saved
Yeah.
him, what, 3 different fights from dying? He went down to 25% HP, and then immediately BKB, pops Ags, pops Bloodstone, instantly back to full health.
We can really see in the graphs this moment where things were even. The Dire had the advantage in the draft from the get-go. And then we see this point in the Aegis right before 20 minutes where it is even and chance and actually the experience is favoring Frog and a Sock, the Dire team, with that Aegis on the PA. But it so quickly snowballs back into a loss when they lose that fight at the top tier 1. It's just so unfortunate. We see so many times these teams have their opportunity to defeat this really strong Chronic Apathy Nox team. I'm just wondering what kind of discipline it's going to take them down. These such strong players. We're so close to so many points. Dota is a game of consistency, and maybe the consistency just needs a little bit more of an inch of effort and foresight. Maybe even having Shaman in that fight could have changed the tide, and we could have seen an upset. So I'm looking forward to seeing these other teams come together, find a solution to this Nox and Chronic Apathy dual core. And I'm also interested to see how the other games are going. I like maybe.
Yeah, it looks like, let me pull up the results here real quick. It looks like BKB Hater takes down Kettle in that game. I believe we are still waiting on Architect and A-Carrot to finish their game. Let's take a look in and see how that is going. Let me see here. Oh, I did just get a ping, so they may have just finished. I do have the current score up right now. It looks like it's going to be BKB versus Nox going into the semifinal round at least, or at least round 3 pairings that we're going to have coming up soon. It's a very, very, very close matchup between those two. Like, we have seen it go both ways with those two in the matchups, between BKB Hater taking some of those matches and then Nox also just getting a really greedy hero and winning a couple of fights back to back and snowballing. It's just very interesting to see how those two are going to go up against each other.
Yeah, there's anyone who can take down Nox in the lane, it's BKB Hitter.
Yeah. Or A-Carrot. We have seen A-Carrot do some very, very disgusting laning combos against Nox in the past. So let's take a look here. Let me pull up the stream. It looks like A-Carrot is in the main menu, so I guess they have concluded their match. Let me see if they have uploaded it. Looks like they have not. Let's get Tyler back up in here for some of the chaos that happened. What a game. What a game, Tyler.
Yeah, bad time to pull me. I was speaking to Wu about something
sorry.
important.
Let me send you back. I'm sorry. All right. So let's see if they have the reporting, because it looks like they've already finished. Like Tiger Eyes is showing in the main menu, and so is A Carrot. So it looks like A Carrot takes the game down up against the Architect. So it looks like we are going to have BKB versus Nox, A Carrot versus Kettle, and Captain versus Architect. Ooh, what an interesting game. I am very excited to see the Nox versus BKB hater. What do you think?
Yeah, I do feel like we've been casting pretty much just the Nox team games. I'm kind of curious to see the maybe the Kettle versus A Carrot as well.
I
Maybe
also
get a taste of some of these other teams.
I also agree. So let's get the lobby up and running. Once again, thank you all for joining us this evening. We're sponsored tonight by Green Step Logistics and Wusong Gaming. They're offering a 10% off any orders placed by mentioning the code DTX. Feel free to check out their companies and their websites. And if any of their services apply to you, we appreciate you helping out the businesses that help us out. Also, if you haven't had the chance, click the like and subscribe button on the channel. It helps us continue putting on these types of events. Oh, also, Flam, you were wanting to promote your guild tonight as well.
Oh yeah. So my guild is MMR Alchemy. You can find us through the Dota client. We do hold weekly workshops and replay reviews, looking just sort of to get better at the game together. So come join us. Come join the Discord. Link will be in the guild page. So MMR Alchemy. Hope to see you there.
Absolutely. Now let's see. Looks like they have not gotten the lobby up just yet. How are you enjoying the patch so far, Flam?
I love the patch. It's changed farming patterns in a way that provide more interesting jungle engagements, I find. The warding game seems a lot more cool, a lot less solved with the various warding locations. I'm liking the heroes that are turning as well, and we're seeing a lot of hero variety too in pro games, which is fun to watch. I mean, we saw Clinks win a tournament game the other day. Lifestealer maybe is a little too strong right now, I feel. I'd like to see that hero fall to the meta somehow. But we have some nice mixed damage options with Revenant's Brooch and some of the other items been introduced. Some interesting paths for offlaners through the Vanguard changes and the Halberd changes. It's nice. I think we're closer maybe than ever to a 100% balanced game with lots of different builds and heroes being viable, I think. And the map just feels, the Roche Pit fights feel, it's like returning home to old Dota. Roche in the river means a lot more exciting engagements. Before we had Roche in the corner where it was pretty hit or miss. You could lose fights pretty badly or win them pretty handily either way. And we saw a lot of people just dancing around with smokes, nobody wanting to commit to Roche. And that doesn't happen anymore. You're incentivized to go for it, to really push your advantage. You can't be punished for it with these exciting river fights. But it's just more excitement, less dancing, which is what I love in Dota. Walking around hiding in the trees is not what we play Dota to do. So it's a good patch. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot.
I think you've upset a lot of the trend protectors with that last comment you've made.
Oh, come on. I'm a Treant player. I'm allowed to say it.
Absolutely,
works,
absolutely. Right? So I'm a little upset. Some of my favorite heroes did get significantly changed. With the Pugna nerf, with the mana sustainability, and Spectres completely eat me alive for lunch. I have been expanding my horizons.
I can't be the most annoying hero in the game anymore.
Oh no! I just lose to Nullifier though. It's such a cheap counter.
Honestly, good riddance to all the various drain mechanics, instantly killing illusions, by the way.
Yes.
That should have been out of the game long ago. So
I'm
no longer countered as a terrible by Pugna.
My favorite thing in the world was walking into a fight with a Phantom Lancer with like 10 plus illusions out on the field, dropping Nether Ward, life draining for a second, and you instantly know which one's the real one.
Yeah,
that was the beautiful thing. So
I do love Pugna from the mid lane. I'd love to see him buffed as like a mid laner because I actually really enjoy that hero too. He's just weaker as a support now. Maybe,
I
you know, we
disagree.
didn't
I
discover
disagree.
things.
I disagree.
We didn't
Pugna, I've been playing him as a 4 lately, and he is incredibly strong. Incredibly strong as a 4. You know, with the sustainability, especially going into highly aggressive, a very attacks matters meta right now, with the tinies, the life stealers, and everything like that. Decrepify is a very strong ability, and plus with the amplified healing percentage, when I have like a 5 Winter Wyvern with me as a Pugna, you know, it's almost impossible for any physical damage hero to go in and kill my cores and carries. Plus, with the healing amplification on Witch Doctors and as well as Oracles right now, it's incredibly powerful. Plus, the buff with the level 25 talent on the increase in Netherward damage going from 1.5 to 1.9 is noticeable, especially in a lot of these casters. I've never felt stronger as a support on Pugna.
Wait, so you're telling me he's not actually nerfed? You're actually liking Pugna better this patch?
It's different playstyle. You don't play him as a core, you actually play him as a support now.
Okay, I might have to give it a shot. Pugna's actually my highest win rate here, believe it or not. Even though I don't consider myself a Pugna player. Yeah, I'm at like 73% with him.
How many games?
What? Hold on, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Let's see.
I got it.
Battle stats. Pugna. Pugna. Where are you? All time. So, yes, okay. So 120 games. I have a 69.2 rate, actually. It's gone down a little bit.
Oh, it looks like
120.
Kettle's team has dropped. That is unfortunate.
I'm sorry to hear that.
We were very excited
Is
to see you
there
guys
is that a
play
buy
Kettle.
then?
Yeah, that's going to be a buy for the other team. So we'll go into BKB versus Nox.
All right, sounds good.
So let's create the viewer channel. I'm very upset. I was looking very, very much forward to seeing Kettle.
Is there another matchup going on simultaneously?
So we have
This is it.
the other matchup, which is going to be Captain versus Architect, which is the lower bracket.
Okay.
Well, let's
Have we
leave it
seen
up to
either of
chat.
those teams?
We saw
Captain, right?
We saw Captain. I don't think we've seen Architect. So we'll leave it up to chat. Chat, which game would you rather see? Do you want to see the upper bracket or the lower bracket? Not everyone at once. So we have a mix. We've got A carrots getting votes. We've got the upper brackets getting votes. I will leave it to you, Flam.
Let's watch A Carrot.
All right. Archie versus Captain. Wait, Archie versus Captain. Wait, did another team? We have Forbidden Carrot and Faz. Let's see here.
Am I in the right lobby here?
Carrot has the bye this round.
Okay.
Wait, how do we have a
So
bye?
this-
Oh, because there was a drop. Okay.
Because there's a drop.
So this
yeah.
is. Let's take a look. Sorry for. Stay with us, guys. We're learning as much as you. So this is Captain versus Architect. Is this game, which is the lower bracket.
Yeah. I think I'm just curious to see a few more of the team strategies coming out. I think we kind of know how Nox Chronic Apathy is going to go.
Nox BKB are the only two undefeateds right now.
That is a good point.
A Carrot will play the winner of that game.
Okay, let's watch them then. Let's watch the two undefeated teams go against each other.
Okay. Let's see if they still have it. If they haven't already started. All right, BKB versus Nox. Join lobby. DTX. All right, we're in. thank you once again for joining us and spending your Sunday evening with us. We appreciate you hanging out. We could be potentially on track to wrap this up by 10:30 this evening. Good for everyone in the support staff. Thank you, Chemical Zero. Thank you, Wusong. Thank you, Herc. Thank you, 2+. Thank you all of you guys that do the stuff in the background that you guys don't get the shout outs here on the channel, but we really do appreciate all the work that you guys do in the background. All right, it looks like we're loading in. I'm very excited to see these games. I think it's still going to be kind of like what Nox was complaining about, is like they're just going to keep banning out his mid heroes and completely lock him out. But it's still just going to be, it's going to be very easy for them to kind of just pick their cores and their safe lane very easily against their whole lineup, because it's kind of just a battle of the mids in most of these matchups with them.
It might work this game though, banning out Nox's heroes, because you have BKB hater, right? So if you can set up a good matchup hater, I think he can win the lane, and then this dual core that we've seen be so terrifying all night will be a little defanged, declawed, and BKB hater will be able to dictate the pace of the game a little more, or go mix as he is in this lobby.
Correct.
Also, Chemical Zero has some really strong pocket carry picks. We haven't seen him play the Earthshaker for a while, but him on Earthshaker or on CK could be pretty strong.
I think he might even bring out Tiny this evening. I think that is a distinct possibility.
Yeah, Tiny's very strong right now.
Knowing, I've seen him playing it, and Tiny is very good in this patch right now. Just any big tanky right clicker is just a very good hero in this meta.
All right, so they went ahead and banned the scariest heroes from the night so far. The Lesh and the Lifestealer are gone. Nox's Storm Spirit is gone. Are we getting Tyler in here to commentate?
Tyler is dealing with some other stuff right now, so we'll have him back in the finals.
Awesome.
So the Necro ban is also very good. I'm surprised no one's been playing him this evening. Like I've been playing Necro mid, and I have never felt stronger. It is absolutely so free in most of the matchups. Like he is probably one of the strongest mids right now.
We're even starting to see people pick up the other facet on him. The one with the that steals the move speed in the region.
Really?
Since that has been buffed a little bit. Yeah, you used to only steal move speed when you go shard, but now also decreases enemy region and steals it from them.
Oh, so against a lot of these tankier cores and high regions,
yeah,
like
it's being picked against Slark, because when Slark ulties, you just Ghost Shroud, and then all of his region is stolen.
Wow, that's insane.
A decent chunk of it.
I didn't even.
But he's banned, so we won't see that. We won't see that here.
I'm sure all of you have seen the clip of the Tinker stacking the side camp on Radiant, and then Leshrac, or not Leshrac, and
Necro getting like an AoE that covers the entire map and so much region that he just
you sacrifice a core for 45 minutes of the game to get a one-time rampage.
Yeah, gotta do it for the memes.
Absolutely.
Leading with Pudge is interesting. It could be flexed to different roles. It could be. I think Hard Cold also plays Pudge.
So that's true. That's true.
Pudge can be played in the safe lane now with the Rot. Increases your base damage.
Do not plant that idea in people's heads. Do not.
It's legitimate. It's a legitimate playstyle now. Pudge one position has always been a pocket option, and now he has a facet that enables it even more. So it's not really bad. Even it's a good pick in the right game. I don't think it's good against Bristleback.
It is. Unfortunately,
you will die.
Unfortunately, for the last two patches, there's been a little side note on Pudge's character that most people are unaware of, and that is if Chemical Zero is playing him, you increase your opponent's win odds by 10%.
So mean to him. It's not that bad. And he's not playing it in these tournaments. He's not picking Pudge.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man, we gotta get
Witch Doctor Warlock
every once in a while.
Wishster Warlock has proven to be a pretty strong support combo in this tournament. Provides a lot of damage, a lot of team fights. Okay in the lanes, not awesome in the lanes, but with a Bristleback and Warlock heals behind him, Bristle should have a pretty easy time. I assume this is Chronic Apathy Bristle.
Let me take a
Offlane
look.
Centaur. So some really tanky heroes in the Pudge and the Centaur, and they don't have a life stealer to worry about. So some of their counters kind of taken out.
The AA also being banned on them, kind of like
Yeah,
shooting
AA 's
themselves in the
banned.
foot in this pick here.
Even the Necroban helps a lot with that, I think, too. So it's the time to bring out these big, chonky frontliners. I am looking now in the draft for some way to deal with the Bristle. Legion is in the pool. I know Chemical Zero likes it, and it's good against Bristle. It's a viable pick here.
I mean, an
or
axe
something
could
that can
also
break.
kind of come in here as well.
Yeah, Axe also counter. This will be a Marcy 1 position.
No,
most
this
likely.
is a Chemical Zero Marcy, and Nox gets his Ember.
They finally gave Ember to Nox. Yeah.
Ask and ye shall receive.
The Mage Slayer looks really good this game already. Pudge is countered very heavily by Mage Slayer. Centaur also is countered pretty heavily by it. He does a lot of magical burst, and suddenly he is just not doing as much damage as he needs to. Once he's affected by that debuff. And also, Summer Spirit just wins lanes now. All you do is you just rotate supports to his lane, and you get free kills. So Witch Doctor can roam in with a and a cask, and that's enough to secure a kill on the enemy mid laner almost every time because of the chains and sleight of fist damage.
Huskar and PA.
Huskar
bans
is
coming out.
banned. Yeah. That's so Nox doesn't insta lose lane against the Huskar.
VOD is
Invoker's-
also already out too.
Yeah, all the Emperor counters are kind of gone. Pango is still in the pool, but I don't think BKB Hater plays it, and it's not really a counter. You kind of just trade farm in the lane. This looks like a free Ember game right now. I think it's their options to deal with it are pretty limited. Roots can be good against it, or leashes. I almost wonder if Faceless Void mid, as crazy as that sounds, like the Radiance time dilation build, would actually be the play.
The
Monkey King. Interesting.
That's probably res.
So this
Q's
is Bristle off lane then, and Monkey's lane.
I mean,
Okay.
they do have the Centaur, which is kind of a really good counter to the Bristleback because you do get the strength gain from Double Edge with the Shard.
I wouldn't consider that a counter. I think it's pretty even. Because Centaur doesn't build enough armor.
Here it is.
Ooh, I forgot about that counter. That is a strong counter to the Ember.
No.
That is a nice last pick.
That is a hat tip. That is a
very strong last pick. One that's maybe a little forgotten because we haven't seen SF mid almost at all in the last couple of patches, at least in the pro scene.
He's been sneaky with it. And pulling it out towards the last 2 rounds of the tournament. So, he knows that this is probably going to be his hardest matchup. He wants to bring out the big guns.
For those who don't know, the reason SF counters Ember, 1 raise is typically enough to burn through the guard, and Ember cannot approach you to kill because in order to use the mana, if he approaches you for the kill, he often doesn't have enough mana to get away from the ult. And also he just can't do his normal zoning thing. He wants to kind of zone you with Flame Guard in the first couple levels in the lane. And if you try and do that against SF, you just get stacks of raise on you and then you die. So this should be the right pick to shut down the Ember. I assume it's going to be BKB Hater mid. I'm curious to see if Nox has some special way to deal with this, but he might just opt to dodge interaction lane, max his Flame Guard and go farm stacks. It's a little harder to do this patch, but it's still better than feeding repeatedly.
I feel like he's just going to try and go even right now. He's played against BKB Hater before. I have lobby host. Wait, what? Why do I have the lobby host?
I wonder if this will be a Silver Edge Shadow Fiend to get the break on the Bristle.
1 second. Oh, they have
There's an argument for
Go ahead. Sorry.
for either facet on the Shadow Fiend. So in Turbo, the facet is quite nice. The window you have in which to push towers after fights punches a lot harder in a Turbo game than it does in a regular game. So you can just stack up more and more minus armor debuff that affects the towers in Turbo. So if you can really end games at a drastically quicker pace, but to beat the Inverted Lane, you probably want the Shadowmire facet to slow him, to threaten the kill on him. Otherwise, he'll just run away from you and be able to survive. So I think he might go Shadow facet, prioritizing just stomping their lane over other game synergies or concepts right now. But there's an argument for both. I'm also wondering about the facet on Centaur, because I feel like Counter-Strike might actually be pretty good this game, even though normally horsepower is favored by Centaur players. It'll be interesting. I'm curious to see what everybody goes.
I feel it's going to be a very exciting game, either one way or the other, how it goes.
Okay, this is Hard Gold Pudge. And Chemical Zero on the one position Marcy. So I think he's been practicing that lately. I'm not sure. I haven't seen him play it in the tournament.
He's played it in a
very strong one position.
We've been playing a lot of Overthrow, and let me tell you, Marcy is terrifying in Overthrow.
Marcy does a lot of damage.
Yeah. I believe he refers to it as the Goku build. And
Goku build?
It does live up to it.
I'm going to be watching this mid lane. He does go for the Shadowmire fast. Stomp the Ember in the mid lane. So Nox getting a bit of a monkey's paw, gets his Ember, and pays for it immediately in the draft. It's kind of funny. He probably forgot about the SF, kind of like I did, just because it's so much less common these days. But yeah, I'm just purely watching mid. I'm excited to see these two players go at it.
I'm also very excited to see Chemicals play as well. Like I want to see kind of how this is going to go out for the carries in this game too.
Heads up, 30 seconds.
It looks like there might be an engagement. Rescue
face checking the
overextending
ward.
C. Smoke going back in.
I'm not sure
They
they
do
actually
have
saw
the
that
fudge.
smoke. Kind of interesting to show your position and then smoke right at the rune. Kind of a waste, I think. Maybe a miscommunication.
Pops it anyway. Pudge looking for the pick. Could potentially pick off the Monkey King or Nox right here. That would be a huge pick. Does not get off. Law does
where's
get
the hook?
maledicted. Bucket of Fish, if you are watching, I am looking to add a soundboard to our collection, and there's a hook. Will definitely need to be added. I feel like this game is just going to be us holding our breath, watching this kind of happen back and forth.
Yeah, I'm just watching the mid lane to see if SF is able to get these first couple waves where he's a little weaker, uncontested.
I mean, they're both 3-0.
Because once he gets, yeah, but that if you get SF getting both of the first two waves, that damage stacks up quick, and suddenly your only real advantage over him disappears. But I will have to keep an eye on the other lanes because I'm sure things will be happening there as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is already hard for Nox.
Chemical Zero is taking quite a bit of damage from the Bristleback Witch Doctor combo. Dual melee lane for bottom Dire as well. That's also not something you want to go into for a Monkey King. Monkey King has like one of the longest right click ranges for a melee hero. Misses the blood grenade mid, potentially coming back in, immediately goes out, takes a lot of damages, taking some hits as well, instantly goes down, first blood. I think
Yeah,
this
there's
is
that
where the
counter,
game
he just
starts to
gets-
snowball.
Gets the stacks on him and he can't do anything. Can't run away. Really needed to watch his positioning, pull the creep aggro a little more back. We'll see how he recovers from this, but now it's 2 levels advantage to SF. Now you're
I
dealing
think
with
he
level 3 raise.
I think he just needs to play somewhat passively and try to go even, and then just hope that Chronic and his Bristleback can kind of recover the mid game, and then just focus on getting the picks on the supports until he can scale. I think that's
Yeah,
the
he's
best
gonna have
way.
to really scale back his tempo for sure, and count on the Chronic Apathy having a pretty strong lane so far to maybe make up for the deficiency. Marcy doing okay, not quite as well as Bristle and Monkey King.
The
Bristle
other
is going to
top three
be-
net worth is Shadow Fiend, Monkey King into Bristleback, so they are doing pretty good. Followed by Nox in 4th place. So like the Radiant does have a majority of the gold power right now.
Where were we?
Can I borrow that book when you're done with it, Warlock?
SF is gonna get probably both runes though.
Nox can very easily go for bottom rune here. I don't think it's something
Does have
that he
boots
can
on the Ember.
contest.
Just you have to be careful putting yourself in position to get raised.
They're setting themselves up very, very poorly against BKB Hater as well. Both the Radiant are very much aggressively shoving these lanes in and can get very quickly punished by the Shadow Fiend's rotation. Takes a second raise. Is there going to be a third? Oh, there goes. Oh, no.
What can you do? Counter picks.
Radiant's middle tower is about to be
Knuckle Zero with the dispose up top. Let's
Rat
use
going
abilities.
back in,
They
has
are
the
getting
healing
quite a
going
few
up.
stacks.
middle tower is
Maledict's going in, taking a lot of damage. Rescue could very easily. Wand goes back out potentially. Can he get a couple more stacks? He has one more pop. Chemical Zero throws himself over there to go and get the rune. We have a rotation from Warlock into the mid lane. The QB Hater is at half health, but that doesn't really mean a whole lot. Could very easily turn this back around. Taking some damage, has the spin out, gets... Oh, that could be huge. Fatal Bond's coming back out. Nox is taking a bunch of damage. Oh, no. He's going back in. Taylor may go down for this, too. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Fatal Bonds did not do enough.
Yeah, Warlock not the best ganking support. Maybe a different story if that's a Witch Doctor instead. But double kill, you rotate somebody in to try to help save the lane, and you feed a double kill. It feels pretty
Ooh.
awful.
Oh, gets the hook
We
off.
do have
Monkey
Mask
King
Bandits
does have
up
the
now.
slow. He's at 5 levels. Law does not have the movement speed to be able to catch Monkey King. Monkey King has his boots. Neither of the other ones, neither of them have boots yet. So, oh my god, that's a lot of damage. Because the hook come out, Hard Cold can very easily turn. Oh my god, deleted. And just like that, very quickly, the Radiant's little bit of lead that they had in the other lanes is going down very quickly. Chemical Zero coming back in with the ult. Unreals has damage. Goes, throws the ult out, instantly deleted, but he does go down for it. Chemical Zero does get a double kill in the top lane.
1 to
Secured
9. At
mid
least you're on the
and
board
top.
now.
Mid and top, both in a very positive swing of things for this lane. It is really putting a lot of weight on this Monkey King. Nox just now hitting level 6 too. A whole
Yeah,
huge lead. That is one of those people you just cannot
Oh.
engage with.
Yeah, he's double your levels. You don't want to fight him. Up top, Marcy ulti is popped. They do find yet another kill. She's
Getting
going
a
to port out because they
teleport
have
out.
no stun.
Oh my god, that was close. One more Quill Spray, it would have been it.
Almost dies in the fountain, but not quite. That would have been a very nice recovery kill for Ember. If he had
Yeah,
one more
Marcy.
level, it would have been enough.
Marcy now second to top net worth. Taking a lot of damage on this Monkey King, throwing out the Q, does not get the Django mastery for the heal, throws the stun out to try and get out, but the Pudge Rot is just too much to slow him down.
Looks like Dyer's top tower is in some trouble.
Chasing on Nox, going in mid as well, throws out the Remnant, gets out, dodges the raise, but he doesn't have the tower to protect himself.
Top tower, I put on a hard hat. That
BKB Hater level 13 now.
bottom tower is getting obliterated. Okay, fine. You can
Has the Mask of Madness, is ready to rotate in. Double damage rune showing bottom. Another ult coming out, could potentially go down. They can very close this out. Chemical Zero get another kill on this, grabs them, goes down. This feels like a one-sided game.
Chemical Zero is rushing Daedalus with this start. So he says,
Hashtag
I've got enough
Goku
damage, I
mode.
just want to keep snowballing. Nox has to flee quickly, losing a third to a quarter of his HP from each right click. That's brutal.
And meanwhile, the offlane is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger health pools to chew through. BKB Hater coming back down, sees two juicy cores that are under level that he can very easily take them down. Ult goes out on the Centaur. Nox coming back in to grab him. Coming back to circle, focusing on the tower. Ult goes out, can potentially get the stun here. This could be huge if they can turn it on the Law. Law goes down, Chemical Zero and BKB Hater are in with the double damage. Ult is going to come out, dives and misses. Fear goes out. Chemical Zero diving back in. Nox does have the healing. He does have the remnant. Can he get out? No, he gets dropped.
Dyer's top tower is really taking
Chronic is not wanting to engage on this. He does get a slam to try and clear the way, but I feel like it's just agitating the beast.
Yeah, you may double your kills picking up the Centaur there, but you have a DD shut off you need to contend with after chomping through all that HP. And another kill going away with Chemical Zero. We have a dual core between these two. 7 kills on Chemical Zero, 6 kills on BKB Hater. Getting a taste of their own medicine, it looks like, on the Radiant. I don't see a huge path recovery here. Bristle needs some stacks to get his items up. He's working towards that Ags, but he's going to be picked off again here potentially. Nope. They're going to find Chemical Zero with the Witch Doctor ult and the
Gets the
Maledict.
Maledict on him. He
Should
heals
take
up
out.
with the rune, and he may survive this. Has one more pulse tick. Can he get to the creep wave? He survives
Oh,
the
he-
last pulse tick.
Healed enough on the creeps.
Bristleback does manage to weasel his way out of there. Law
Quick
looking for
thinking
the
on
pick.
Marcy
Walks
to
right in front of
survive.
the Pudge. The Pudge has the hook. Potentially could very easily turn this around. Oh no, right into the Shadow Fiend.
Witch Doctor
How
still here, smoke to the
unfortunate.
side.
How unfortunate.
Monkey does have Battle Fury, so he can farm quickly now. If they can delay the game enough, he might be able to punish later in the game, the Marcy especially, who's going to struggle dealing with engaging into the Wukong's commands. But that's a long ways off. Marcy was probably going to BKB at that point. And Nox is going to have nothing. He doesn't have any items finished yet. Pudge looking for the hook on the side.
Sees it, goes out of the fire into the frying pan. That is not where you want to remnant back to. Chemical Zero goes on the grip, gets the insta crit out, taking so much damage. Law's gonna get the stun out, ult's going out. Chemical Zero goes for the slam. The Bristleback does so much damage, picks up a kill for the team on the Centaur. Monkey King is not wanting to engage there while the Marcy ult's running. Manta style completed on the Shadow Fiend. That is a lot of pushing damage. Rat's going back in. Two-shotted by the Chemical Marcy.
Zero seems kind of strong. I don't know. This Marcy hero seems pretty good. You definitely tell he's been practicing it. He knows, he understands the lethality of the damage with the ulti burst.
You wanna know what's really good at stopping a Marcy? Decrepify.
Blade Meal? Decrepify it? Oh. Well, you can have Decrepify at home if you build Ethereal Blade, right?
Yeah, that's true. We have Decrepify at home. Chronic Apathy looking at an initiation on this, does not want to go in on that. Those are the two people you really don't want to try and go for. Pudge is right there. Oh, he goes for the hook and immediately gets caught out. What a play! Probably didn't even see him there. He was going for Taylor and gets a Monkey King. A tasty treat for you to eat. Nox picks up a kill, could potentially circle it back around on this, taking so much damage. Tends to remnant out. Can he survive? He's one hit away. Rat is gonna get the pip off, gets the ult off, may take down Unreal's, instantly deleted.
On the back line, Chemical Zero finds the Warlock
Deleted.
and the Ember Spirit beyond godlike double kill.
Throws him back in, going back in again, could potentially close this out, and he's down with a triple kill. Meanwhile, the tier 2 bottom tower is gone. 11 minutes in, 21k gold lead. What a bloodbath.
This looks like a good old-fashioned stomp. SF was the pick you needed to shut down the Ember Spirit, and from there, it's just not enough of a stomp in the bottom lane. There's just not enough farm on Chronic Apathy or on Monkey.
Stunned and deleted. I think that literally just cost them any chance of a defense at this. They cannot engage in this fight here. They could potentially end.
They'll just get another Rax at the very least. Intercept this creep wave as it comes out. More creeps pushing in.
Look
So
at
much
that
damage on the
damage
SF.
on Shadow Fiend. And
He does have the Silver Edge ready for the Bristleback.
Gets the 4-stab hook on the Bristleback, immediately breaks, goes down, deleted. Taylor Swift does get the ultimate going out. Bristleback is gone. They do not have the front line. Their supports just get erased from the map. Could he potentially get a pick off here on the Centaur? Centaur gets hooked out. He gets to live. Chemical Zero chasing down, potentially gets a stun. 2 hits down for Nox. I think that's going to be GG. What a bloodbath.
GG is called. Yep, 37k, 12 minutes. This is one of the hardest stomps we've seen in this tournament. Ever, I would say.
What a match.
Unexpected from both the undefeated teams to see this lopsided of a game, but I really, it's just the outdraft of the SF. And an incredible performance from Chemical Zero Marcy. I would like to give it to him because I've seen this boy play so much better and improve so much in the time that we've this is the best I've seen him play. Just understanding his timing, power. I would love to talk to him about his Marcy.
Absolutely. Let me go ahead. Or if you want to pull him up, I'll update the card.
I think I still cannot pull people up.
Let me... Let's grab him. Chemical Zero. What a game, buddy. What a game.
16-0, my dude. What steroids have you been taking and where can I get some? Have you been practicing on Marcy?
Yeah, I have. It's a little ace in the hole I've been keeping around.
Is the Daedalus Rush the norm for you, or is this something like we're winning the game really hard, one-shot people?
It's one of the 2 builds that I go. With this game, I just saw that they had squishy heroes, and I was like, the main problem for me that I was thinking is I need to kill Monkey King before he can get his too much value off his ult. And I was feeling really strong in lanes, so I was thinking I can go greedy and rush Daedalus, so then I can put out a lot of damage in team fights.
So how do you decide? Do you normally go Battle Fury to farm? Because I know a lot of people favor Battle Fury on this hero as a position. But do you like pushing the tempo on her? It looks like you prioritize the Ag Shard pretty hard. You buy it as soon as it's available.
Yeah, the Ag Shard is one of the things that allows me to just keep up aggro. I just play Marcy as aggressive and tempo as I can. I'm gonna be so honest with you.
Yeah, so and we really felt it that game. It helps to have the Shadow Fiend stomp mid too.
Out of curiosity, should the Bristleback got out in hand, if the Bristleback had gone out of hand up there in the top lane, what is your backup plan for dealing with that tanky offlaner that's really good at just absorbing a lot of hits? How do you go? Where is your backup plan against that?
In terms of itemization and playstyle in the early game, I would go something more like Sanjin Yasha into BKB and focus on farming ancient camps. And then in team fights, I would just focus the squishier heroes. And I would buy the Daedalus after the BKB. But that's my more survivability build. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
what counters Marcy? I'm not a big Marcy player. It didn't really feel like anything in that game stand up to you. You were just chunking through the bristleback, for example. Do you find you struggle against any particular heroes?
Things with like heavy roots or lockdowns. So like if I'm playing against like a Dazzle and they get their ult off and that turn me into a pig or whatever. Like anything that has one of those really annoying stuns. Axe Call, OD ult that just puts me out of the fight for a while. It just leaves me there like a sitting duck, and then I can get singled out later once I'm isolated from my team. So that kind of punishes me.
So anything that isolates you and disables you during the duration of your ulti is just because without your ulti you don't
Yeah.
really do much on that hero, right?
Yeah, exactly. Anything that can stop, anything that just has me sitting there with my ult, not.
For example, like
being used.
a Pugna Decrepify might like really shut you down.
Yeah, that would work. And I would just
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
buy. It would force me to buy BKB a lot earlier if there was a Pugna in that game.
Which slows down your damage scaling.
Mm-hmm,
You had
exactly.
only 56 last hits, 16 kills. I mean, I guess the ideal Marcy game, you just have more kills than last hits, right? You just keep murdering people. Fun.
Yeah, like I said, the ideal Marcy is just get that dataless as fast as possible because then I mean, I was just like two-shotting the Witch Doctor, so.
Yeah, it was disgusting to see actually. Even the Ember Spirit was like 2 or 3 shot by you on the crit
Yeah,
box.
if we look at the majority of your gold you received that game, it looks like 55% of the gold you received was from hero kills. So,
Damn.
you didn't have a lot of last hits, but the last hits that mattered, they really added up.
Yeah, I hear you.
Anyways,
Absolutely.
what a stomp. That's one of your better performances I've ever seen. Cool to
Thank
see you
you, I
improve as a
appreciate it.
player and learn new heroes and branch out. See more of this kind of play from you. So congrats on the win on dethroning the dual core of Nox and Chronic Apathy. I'm looking forward to your final game here.
Hell yeah. GG's, boys.
GG.
Absolutely. We'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Oh man, what a match though. I think we're waiting on one last game to be finishing up. For those of you that want to take a bathroom break real quick, I'm going to mute my mic for a second and go stretch my legs before the finals here. And we'll be right back here in a few. Are you still with me, Flam?
I am here.
Perfect. So it looks like Architect and Captain's game is still going. So I am tabbing into that. If you would like to join me, we will be slightly behind on the time over here, but it does look like Captain is on a Tinker build. And a rather good one, I will say that. The Dire is up 25k on it.
Oh my god! He's now dominating! He's dominating, Rick!
Radiant's middle tower is about to be a pile of smoking rocks.
Wait, no, hold on! No, he's on stun!
That's ridiculous. Level up a dub-dub.
Wow, another one of these stomp games.
He's now dominating! He's dominating, Rick!
Faz's PA is coming to light this game.
If you're a fan of Radiant's top tower, I set my eyes.
Massive gold
Yeah,
lead,
30.
top net worth.
I am not a betting man, unless it's basketball.
A very good Tinker game with 3 really easy targets for laser.
Radiant's top tower coming
Yeah, Muerta is not very happy in this game for sure. No BKB to deal with it either yet.
Does get the grip off on the Shaman in the backline, taking a lot of damage over here. Spoon's coming in with the Magnus trying to get him out, but instantly deleted. Faz blowing BKB a little early over here. Not really concerned with the Shaman wards. They basically are going to go in and take down a set of racks for free over here. They could potentially even end this early. A 17-minute game on that start. Hard is rotating towards
I can
bottom
imagine.
over here.
This doesn't look super defendable. They are going to catch out the
No.
Primal, but he
Primal
ags
just has so
right on top
much
of them.
health. Instantly gone.
Okay, that's
46K gold lead.
GG.
That's, yeah.
That was disgusting.
Oh my god. What is with these guys?
Alright, so we've learned another Artstila Puerta hero. This Primal Beast shown up twice now tonight, at least. Looks
What a
pretty
game.
strong.
What a crazy game. Well, that's going to take us into the finals. Let's take a look and see what the round pairings are. Captain takes the win. Submit the scores. Let's take a look. BKB versus Cap. What? Oh, they're the only ones that haven't played. And they have a bye round, it looks like. Did they? Hang on. Let me refresh. Standings. Cap is 2-1, BKB 3-0, so it looks like we get to see Captain BKB hater go up toe to toe.
Exciting, exciting.
Very
Here looked
exciting
pretty
game.
strong in that previous match, so it's going to take quite a bit of outmaneuvering to stop them from going undefeated here. But was that Captain we were just watching on Faz's
Yeah.
Faz's team?
That was Captain and Faz. Captain on it looked like a mid Tinker that game. Tinker also takes away Tinker and Techies both get a no death game. Or sorry, no. Tinker does take the unkillable 3 bonus points that game. He went 4-0. Congratulations there, Captain. Very,
Gonna
very
get
well
those extra
played.
points for
Absolutely.
the prize after multiple tournaments.
Absolutely. It's a ranker, so like those points add up. Even if you miss a week, if you could very easily farm them. Like what I'm crazy to see is I'm not seeing a lot of stacks. Those are the easiest points to earn. Three
maybe it's
stacks
hard.
gets you 1 point.
The brawly nature of these games means there's not maybe a lot of time to farm and take stacks. I mean, we're not seeing triangle stacked almost at all for things like Crystal. So
No,
missed
not at
opportunity,
all.
but it makes sense with the game tempo. Time to wait. You still just die if you do that.
It's true, but it's also like that's the best way to recover losing off lane is you leave your core out there, they soak up the XP, you throw the support into the triangle, and they start to stack. Just give yourself a chance to get back into the game. Oh, I need to send them the brackets. My apologies. Perfect. So now they have the match queued. So they should be creating the lobby here soon. Who do you think is favored here?
He says captain versus
BKB. Both of these teams had a very big stomp of a game.
Oops. I don't know, to be honest. Wait, sorry, Nox didn't they just play? Are they rematching?
No, they when they create the lobby, they use the same name as the last one.
Gotcha. I think I still favor BKB Hater. Chemical Zero is kicking butt tonight.
The
And
performance
Hard
has
Cold,
been
I don't know.
very impressive. This is a really
go
good
either way.
finals. This is a really good finals match.
I think I'll know after draft. I'm
Yeah.
slightly leaning towards BKB Hater right now, just because I know the player. He does well in these tournaments. Chemical Zero punching above weight in MMR. But an outdraft could happen.
It's really
we'll see.
anybody's game at this point. Let me get Tyler back up in here for the picks breakdown. Hopefully he's finished up. Hopefully he is finished up with his conversation. Hello, Tyler.
Hello, General.
How are you, buddy?
Not too bad, you?
Yeah, it's been a bloodbath watching tonight, hasn't it? Like
Yeah.
between Captain's last game and BKB Hater's last game, like those were completely one-sided games, especially this far into the event.
Yeah, I had to speak to Wu about something important. That's why. I
That's
wasn't
fine.
for that.
We're live. We're live right now. We can talk about that later.
All right. That'd
Flam,
be
did
a
we? It looks like we lost video on you. Did we cut out?
Oh no, I just need to take a little break.
Okay.
Actually,
No worries. Perfect. Let's see.
How you enjoying the game so far, General?
It's a struggle to watch some of these games sometimes because you see a lot of really experienced players and a lot of high level, high decision making going on, and it's like sometimes it's just so one sided because of the draft decisions. It's like when we were watching the draft in the last game for BKB Hater, it's like we were like, oh yeah, it's very much in favor of the other team. You know, they got the Ember Spirit, and then just the Shadow Fiend last pick completely hosed their entire team, and it's like wow. Like, even we had completely forgot about the Shadow Fiend in the draft right there.
Yeah. Shadow Fiend's pretty strong if he's played right.
Very good,
Ember
especially
Spirit.
against an Ember Spirit.
Ember Shield is not going to last too long from auto attacks from a Shadow Fiend with like full stacks.
Absolutely. Well, judging by the history of these two players and like the events that you've been seeing tonight, who do you think is more favored in this matchup?
In this particular matchup, if I look at the matchup, I feel like from my personal experience, I feel like Cheese Boys has probably the advantage, just because they have Unreals who can pick Ancient Apparition and like Jakiro and like Witch Doctor and just supports. They have BKB Hater, which is very versatile. They have Chemical, which is pretty good too. He plays like Pudge, Chaos Knight, really whatever role is missing to be filled. And the other
he
two
had
I
a
don't
crazy,
particularly know.
he had a crazy Marcy game last time.
Yeah, he's
Like,
he's a
absolutely
good Marcy.
insane.
He's a good Marcy. I watched him one shot Nox. I was kind
Yeah,
of sad for Nox.
very unfortunate. I mean, also Nox just got hosed mid lane in the very close fight so many times, and then with the Warlock coming in to rotate to get the kill, or at least try to assist, and then feeding the double kill to the Shadow Fiend kind of was like a nail in the coffin for that game. They never really got a firm grip on the game. Very excited though.
Yep.
So, do you think it's going to be another one of those just ban all the mid heroes this game?
I think it's going to be another scenario where they're just going to try and band out, like, if you look at the teams, they're going to band out probably Ancient Apparition for Unreals. They're probably going to ban out Weaver. They're probably going to ban out Lich.
I feel like a Marcy ban is also going to hit.
Monkey King's probably going to go. Chemicals, Marcy is going to be gone. Pudge is already gone. Those are kind of the things that I see are going to be like banned specifically. There's Lich. Lich is gone.
It's
So
definitely a different pivot that we're seeing right off the bat for the start of this game. Like, we're used to just seeing all the mid heroes just get completely knocked out, like in the first set of drafts that or the first set of bans. And now they're actually focusing on the cores. It's like, hey, we're going to try and have a more well-rounded team. Oh, the Tinker ban now coming out.
Tinker's kind of shocking to me. Tinker's more. I find Tinker's more support. I played against the Tinker today, actually. He bought a Glatmere and he's just annoying the hell out of me.
I very much disagree, Tyler. Like, the last two Tinker games that we've seen in the tournaments, both by...
those were good, but I'm saying the Tinker I played against was support. All he did was brute me with Glatmere and rearm and do it again.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's also like the infinite hex with a sheep stick. Tinker isolating one hero is just a death sentence in most cases, especially with like the cores that we see in a lot of these tournaments. Like, a Witch Doctor is just instantly deleted. Lich gets completely removed from the game. There's not a lot that they can do if they get caught out by the Tinker, which forces them to play as 5. But the problem is Tinker can very early pick these people out. Like, all he needs is 6 and a Blink Dagger, and it can be almost devastating to a lot of the lineups.
Yeah. So we see Ancient Apparition has been banned, Chaos Knight's been banned, Nature's Prophet's been banned, Primal's gone, Shadow Shaman has been picked, Witch Doctor's also been picked. So if I had to guess, Unreals is probably that Witch Doctor.
Yeah. This is also probably a game on from Synergy. Also, shout out to all the Synergy guys for coming tonight. We love the competition. We love you guys showing up. Played a couple of games with Game On. His Shadow Shaman, he's not one of the higher ranked players, but, he knows what he's doing and he knows how to position himself in team fights. And evidently it's shown its weight. They are here in the top bracket right now. And, that's not just because of the carries. It's because they have a really good core lineup here.
Axe has been banned.
Of course. Axe has been absolutely wreaking havoc on the lineups in most of these games.
Lifestealer's gone too.
Thank God.
Lifestealer's so strong in this patch.
Absolutely. Well, I feel like it's just right clicks matter. Right clicks matter in this patch with the Tiny, Dragon Knight. Who else is really good right now? Who was I thinking of? Lifestealer, of course. Yeah. Just a lot of the big right clickers. It just feels really.
It's really hard.
The problem I don't like right now is just agility heroes feel really bad. Just really bad. Like Juggernaut, I feel is kind of like at an all-time low. And while I don't miss seeing him coming out of a jungle, like with his Ags and a Swift Blink, it's still like at least you could lock him down and delete him, right? Like with these big tanky heroes, like you just can't. You could lock them down, but you have to have the damage to be able to chew through it, and they can just take so many hits.
Keep in mind, Jug can spin and just avoid any magic spell that you throw at him, unless it's like a Bane ulti or a Black Hole.
That's true, but with
Or
all the
Cut
Primal
Hole.
Beast being picked right now, and Axe being in the off lane as well, like you can press the Q, you can call, and you Primal Beast ulti him. Like there are ways to lock him down. Like he's not fully spell immune.
No, Jug actually got nerfed in the last patch, which is kind of sad.
Well, that's what I was saying. Agility heroes feel really bad.
They put his 25 talent where he used to get 50% lifesteal onto the level 25 tree, so you have to choose between getting the 50% lifesteal or the duration on your Omni Slash. So you basically don't have any lifesteal for like half the game.
That's a
kind of rough.
techies. That is a techies. I believe that is a bucket of fish techies off lane.
That is probably a bucket of fish, yeah.
Once again,
That is
Faz
Faz
gets his Monkey King. Very exciting here. I think this is going to be like the all-star picks here. Like we're going to see the gloves come off here. They are fighting for the right to party in this one.
Yeah, sounds about right. We got Gyrocopter again, which I'm always excited to see Gyrocopter.
Do you think it's a support Gyrocopter, or do you think this is more of like a carry or a core?
We'd have to see how the drafting phase goes, because I know support Gyrocopter is absolutely disgusting, and so is carry Gyro if it's played correctly.
Yeah, Gyro just a very well-rounded hero in this patch. We've seen it in some of these tournament games. Satanic popping into a fight can completely decimate a team, and he's basically immortal for like 4 or 5 seconds. And even then, you have to delete his health pool twice. And then it's just so hard.
His eggs as well, which is very
Ursa, also a very strong pick here.
Yeah, Ursa's very powerful. Ursa can deal with Monkey King quite easily. He can actually stand in his ult and kill the Monkey King.
Well, I mean, so can the Gyrocopter too in most of the situations.
Yeah.
I think they need to be worried about the techies though, because like the displacement and the disarm could potentially really slow down a lot of these right-click builds too. Like Gyrocopter doesn't really do anything if he can't attack, and if he gets disarmed,
Gyro might just play support with the Witch Doctor.
That is true. That is a very good potential. Like they do have the Bristleback, which is probably going off lane. Dawnbreaker, another really big right clicker.
She's also a hell of a support hero because of her healing that she does.
Absolutely.
I've seen Dawnbreaker with like Refresher just jump in, double jump on a team and just give them evasion and healing and just go Holy Locket and just heal so much and just make everybody's life so much more miserable.
Spin crit stun. It's written in the holy Thibault.
Yeah, it hurts. OD's been banned, PA's been gone, Quap's gone.
This is where the real stuff's gonna shine here. They've really kind of been saving, the pick for captain and the pick for BKB heater.
Their Viper's been gone to protect Bristleback. So 2 bans they've picked so far were to protect Bristleback.
Very good picks though. They want to keep him alive.
And they have Primal Band, so that's 3 bands that all have breaks for Bristleback. So they're
And
gonna
the
have
Axe ban, kind of
Sniper's
counterintuitive at this point.
Sniper's been banned too.
Let's see who it is. Leshrac. He is not happy about Nox decimating him with this Leshrac. He's like, this hero is really good mid. You know, he's got a lot of damage. He can very easily take over a game. Plus, the Ethereal form is really good against 3 right clickers and the Witch Doctor. You go Ethereal, the Witch Doctor doesn't do anything. So, you know, having a Leshrac is a very solid pick here.
Yeah. And
Very
they banned
excited to
Sniper out.
see.
They banned Sniper out, which is kind of interesting.
Very excited to see what BKB is going to go into this. You know who's not banned? Silencer.
True.
This could be maybe one of those greedy little snipe plays here. Also, Anti-Mage. Tiny coming in.
I love playing Tiny. He's so
Tiny's so much fun. Toss is such a great ability.
I'm just so sad they nerfed him though. I'm sad they nerfed his toss damage.
Bring back Craggy. Bring back Craggy, please.
Exterior, yeah. Bring back Carrick Exterior.
Oh my god.
I like stunning people when they attack me by chance.
What a draft. This is going to be so much fun to watch, Tyler. I'm very excited. Welcome back, Flam.
Enthusiastic about it.
Good to be back. I am excited to see this Tiny. I'm a little curious about this Gyro support pick. I feel like he might struggle this game. So I am leaning a bit more towards the other team. I feel like the Gyro is a weakness in the draft. It's going to have to really prove me wrong in late phase.
I am concerned.
But we shall see.
I am very concerned for the mid lane. I'm very concerned for Tiny going into Leshrac. Or do you think it's someone else going mid, not Tiny?
I don't think
It's probably Tiny mid. Probably.
Tiny's gonna do very well against Lesh just because the thing with Tiny is not only is Tiny slow and has like very low mana pool, he also has very little armor. Which is another problem.
I don't think the armor. I mean, you get armor starting with Grow at level 6, and also Lesh isn't doing a lot of physical damage. Edict is pure; it's not composite anymore. Like, it doesn't have any physical damage element, and you can toss away the Leshrac when he runs at you. So I think it's fine for Tiny. Tiny can deny pretty well too, with the tree grab. So I don't hate the matchup. As for all the melee like mid laners, Tiny probably does better than a lot. So there's potential to do fine there.
While we're waiting on them to get everything up and running, if you guys aren't subscribed, if you take the time and do it now, like I said, I know I sound like a broken record here, but it really does help out the channel. If you guys could take a chance and just click the little button and then click the like button on the video, we'd very much appreciate it. Oh, looks like we're up and off to the races. Tyler, thank you very much for the picks breakdown. We'll see you at the end.
Yeah.
Ooh, very excited to watch this mid lane matchup here.
Still not 100% on who's playing what, so we'll see here shortly. Okay, so this is Chemical Zero. This is Safe Lane. This is Safe Lane Tiny. Yeah. Which means.
And Faz is on Dawnbreaker, not the Monkey King.
Interesting.
So is this... What in the world? We've been thrown through quite a loop over here.
5 seconds.
Yeah, is this offlane Monkey King? Or is this Ursa mid?
What?
Maybe they're swapping lanes too. It's possible Chemical Zero is playing mid Tiny. I
That is
can't
true.
imagine going Ursa mid against Lesh. That feels wrong to
We've
me.
been playing mid Tiny into each other like for like some practice games, and like he's Chemical is very confident in his ability with the Tiny, but it's like, is he ready to take this up against like an immortal level player?
I mean, it's not so bad because you can just toss clear the wave and then fuck off. Sorry. Oh no! you don't have to interact with the Loshtrak, right? It's very easy for you to clear the wave and head off to farm or gank another lane. And I do think it's kind of hard to die to the Lesh. Lesh has to use a lot more mana than you to clear the wave, generally.
Heads up, 30 seconds.
I played this matchup before, and as Lesh, it's actually a little frustrating with how little it feels like you can do when you should be able to run down the Tiny. You just can't. He has so much HP
We just lost most of your audio there, Flab.
Oh, you lost my audio still?
Most of it.
Still gone?
It's back now, but we lost most of it there.
That
If you
sucks.
don't mind repeating the last thing you said.
Yeah, I just I played this matchup, Lesh versus Tiny, before as the Lesh, and it's frustrating because you feel like you should be able to do more against Tiny, but you've got so much
Gets
HP.
trapped out on Chemical Zero. Blast off going out for Bucket of Fish. There is so much damage already going out. Walk can potentially go down. Chemical's going down. Law can also go down here. He's got so little. It's gonna be the Monkey King. Can he get the slap off? Does he have the damage? No. Oh my goodness, that could have ended in disaster. They trade the techies for them in. No, he's one hit. Oh my god, what a start! What a start! They
That was
trade
a
the
massive
mid for the
blast off
techies.
from Bucket. That was just so much damage. Has he gone the blast off facet?
I believe so. Let's
Yeah, he
see.
has Spleen Secret Sauce. So that explains he did like 400 damage to everybody in that. I'm surprised they only walked away with one kill, to be honest.
Yeah,
So this is Faz as an off-lane Dawnbreaker, and they have given the one position to Monkey King on Arch de la Puerta. Tiny is mid, so there's a lane swap we talked about. 4-position gyro. Yeah, so we're definitely thrown for a loop.
And pause 1 over here, so it's like he's going to take the matter into his own hands this game. He trusts Chemical Zero to be able to go up against this other immortal level player in the mid lane and hold his own. And, you know, even for dying, he still has the level lead on this right now. You know, he is a creep wave behind. Well, I mean, I guess they're creep wave even and still has the level lead. Toss going out. Will Clyde get a set of the raindrops to counter this?
I don't think Clay is it's immortal. Are they?
He's what, 5.8 or 6.2? I thought.
Oh, maybe I just wasn't familiar with the hero or with the player.
Yeah, his name is Captain in Discord.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, Chemical's doing fine. Like I was talking about earlier, he just clears out the wave, and Lush can't do much about it. And now he's fine to just go off control runes,
no
rotate.
Way. There's a bounty rune. There's still a bounty rune.
Oops.
Oh god.
I mean, Faz is struggling. Faz is really struggling against the Ursa. Techies can be great for finding kills in a lane, but the hero feels pretty bad if you're not confident, like actually securing kills with it. And it's hard because once Dawnbreaker goes in, she is in, right? With the jump on the hammer.
It's the one person you don't want to commit to is an Ursa.
Yeah, because you know, just a couple of Fury Swipe stacks, and suddenly he's killing you before you can quite finish him.
Looks like he's gonna go.
It's hard being now. They're double waved under tower too, so they're gonna miss all these last hits. And now Faz also has no mana, right? So this is only gonna get harder from here.
Clyde can still very easily rotate in and punish this hyper-aggressive play. Ooh, Monkey King may go down here, turns back around. They're both so low. There's a battle of the supports. Nobody goes down there. Bomb's going out.
Will have... Monkey will be able to heal up with a Boundless Strike shortly on this last... Oh no, he uses it on the last hits. But with the salve, he's back up to full, so he's doing fine. Tiny's still trading farm in the mid lane, no issues. Does miss the banner creep though, that's painful.
Unfortunate.
Top lane, Boundless Strike comes out. That's a lot of damage from the Gyro though. Uh-oh.
Blast off going back in. Ursa's low. They can potentially turn this around. One pulls him back up all the way. Faz is maledicted. Unreals can potentially turn this around. Is he going to get the pull? If he goes down, he turns it. What a play. Turning a bad situation into a good one.
Dyer's middle tower has taken one hell of a beating.
Still
I'm
XP
going
for the
down.
techies.
You're going down with me.
On that kill.
Looks like Dyer's top tower is in some trouble.
Absolute bloodbath exchange coming up here on top, but nobody's going down.
Yeah, they're both exchanging resources pretty evenly. Hard Cold needs some health here to keep going. Gotta be really careful because Monkey could find him. He
Hard
has
Cold
level 6
does
now.
have
He
a
will get the
6.
Lotus off. Uh-oh.
Could potentially turn this. It's going to go back in. Game On's taking a lot of damage here. He's standing in. He's going to go down. Chicken Mode. Down he goes. Balance Strike can come in. He can very easily turn this into a double kill and turn this completely back around. Here comes Bucket of Fish. Bucket of Fish is going to go in. He can dive. He can boom. It's going to be out.
Initiating killing spree mode.
One hit. He's one hit. He's one hit. He's one hit. He's one hit. Hard Cold running around doing the Duke of Juke. Can he circle back around? The creeps might give him a way to get out of there. Bucket has static going. He's one tap. Could potentially go back in. He's starting. Oh!
Nice rotation in
What
for
a
Bucket,
turn.
seeing that we can split those heroes. This is a level 8 techies now with 3 kills. Almost higher level, higher XP than that. So finding huge game impact on the techies. Strong performance from him so far. Tiny leading last though, holding admirably against the track. As gets run down though, as Puckett has ported out, has no support to protect the Dawnbreaker, so Ursa gets a free kill. Diving under the T1 even.
Going in, potentially on game 1. Balance Strike coming in, gets the hit. Game On does have Mass Serpent Board. It is a little shallow. Artie's taking a lot of damage here. Does not get the heal up in time. Could potentially go down. Does take down the Bristleback. Circling back out. Faz is going in. Game On is coming in as well. Gets the stun off. Does he have the follow-up? Can they slow him? Can they stun him? Shackles up in a second. Is he going to go? He's under tower. Rotations
Doesn't
coming
quite
in.
have the
Bucket of Fish
range.
could potentially go down here. Mine's going up. Ursa's here. Could potentially come in for that. He does have the Orb of Corrosion, almost halfway done with his Battle Fury as well.
Dyer doesn't haul ass and help out that bottom tower.
Haste
Link
Rune
is up on the
on Chemical
Lush.
Zero.
But no mana on Lush, and also no stun, so I think he's gonna have to back off here. He does have some clarities to pop. But has to respect the toss damage from the Tiny. Tiny is gonna port out.
Could potentially come
Jericho
in fast.
ulti
Could
is
potentially go
dropped.
down here. Going into the Monkey King hold. That's not where you want to be. Frag out! Going down. Bucket of Fish coming back in. Balance Strike could also come in here as well. Goes back down. Chemical Zero doing a bunch of damage. Takes down the Shadow Shaman. Bucket of Fish has got him cornered. The Unreal's coming back in with the Balance and the ultimate! And the ultimate, he goes down!
Dyer's middle tower has taken one.
Now this track is coming here to clean up as well. One after another, the rotations in punish and then counter punish each other. It's 3 for 3, I believe, up in the top lane. Shrek does
Bucket of
benefit a
Fish
lot
with
from that
these
last kill.
suicide dives.
Yeah, Bucket's playing very, very well. Shrek cleans up a kill, now level 11, recovering a bit from not being able to stomp his Tiny, who is level 12 despite his most recent
Does not
death.
see the Witch Doctor and Hot and Cold. Could potentially go down here. Double Maledict triggers. He does not have the healing. Game On is looking for the chicken, leading him into the minefield. Creeps detonate at first. Bucket of Fish with another bounce, and he's going in. He's got Unreals in the back line. Potentially take him down. Bombs going up. Bombs away. But Michael Bay called in. Watching this team fight go down. Pi coming back in with the ultimate. He's got the damage of Coconuts doing so much fast spinning and winning. Lost so low. Health Game On can potentially turn this around. Tiny is full health. Can potentially go back in. Bombs are going up. Low damage. Here comes Ursa. No mana left on Game On. Game On's gonna go back down. Monkey King coming in and trying for the bounce. Instantly thrown to take down their own Shadow Shaman.
Wow, Chemical played that so well. 3-man avalanche to toss. Tossing the Monkey King before he lands to get the tree dance slow and use that to finish off the kill. So really well played by Tiny in that fight. shows in the damage too. 2,000 done, and then Bristle also just dealing a lot of damage with those quill stacks.
That baby is coming down.
So I think we're gonna have to see maybe a little stronger showing. Right now, Monkey is struggling a lot. He doesn't have any items. I mean, he has Diffusal finish, but he's going for the Sanjin Yasha. He's falling a bit behind the Ursa, certainly. We're gonna have to see him have some big ultis on maybe overcommitment for the Ursa to change his fates. But he's been dying a lot this game. He's at 5 deaths. Very unusual for Arch Teleport. He's been close to 0 deaths in a lot of games he's played so far these turbo tourneys on the likes of Weaver. So it's nice to see the strong team play from the Radiant. And this gyrocopter support proving me wrong. Just so much damage coming out, really punishing the Monkey King.
Gets the stun off on the Law. There's following up. Unreals is right behind him. He has the ult. Arden Gold coming in, punishing him directly. That's 2 times in a row that he's been directly punished. Bucket of Fish jumping back in. Another down. 2 are down. Monkey King is down. Law is going down. Chemical Zero in the backline. Nobody can finish it off. Here comes Ursa again. Another tree toss coming back in. Everybody's dying. Zaz is spinning to win, but he doesn't hit anything. Ursa goes and shreds him out. Bucket of Fish has no mana. Could he potentially get out of this? Cly is also out of mana. Chemical Zero is so low right now. Can they finish him off? Cly is going back in, but jumps right into the Ursa.
Killing spree. Oh, everyone bow down.
Oh.
Yeah, forgot about the Enrage there. It looked good until suddenly Ursa was taking no damage and dealing twice the damage with the stacks of the Empower, as Enrage does. So, wow, I mean, Bucket of Fish, every time he has done the suicide jump, the blast off, it has just looked so disgusting. And but the fall damage just hasn't quite been enough. I mean, you have to get to the HP pool of Tiny, who has 2,700 HP at this point. You have Bristle, who has 2,000 HP and the damage resist. Of course, it's Ursa with its ulti up. Despite the incredible team play and this massive AoE stun coming out, they're just losing the damage war at this point. The Monkey King is dying at the start of the fight and not getting any of his damage
You gotta
out.
give credit to Unreals in that one. Every time the Monkey King goes to initiate, he's immediately hit by Maledict and the Witch Doctor ult, which has completely shut him down in every single fight. He doesn't even get to start playing the game. So it's like for every single one of Bucket's suicide jumps, we have Unreals coming in, deleting the Monkey King.
Bottom lane. And in the mid lane, we have engagements going out, fast jumping away.
It hits, he's stunned, he's bumped, he's down. That's Chemical Zero going to take a dive on that one. That is a lot of gold going back to Faz.
Yeah, maybe feeling himself a little too much. Gives up the street gold. You have a lot of HP, but you don't have infinite HP. And a nice response, too, from Faz, getting away from Ursa while simultaneously helping find the kill secure on the Tiny.
Top 2 net worth still on Radiant with Tiny and Ursa. Coming in for the potential pick over here with the Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman out of position, over, and out. Could potentially go down here. Bucket is coming in to circle in. Clyde is here to follow it up too. They have the stun. He does go down. They do not want to engage in this. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear, and I do not want to be there. Good dodge on Clyde with the Blink Dagger.
You been practicing that one, or was that for the moment? that was pretty good.
I have a laundry list of phrases that I've been working on in the mirror, and it's unfortunate that some of the heroes that I want to do for just don't get played in the tournaments.
And he's setting up with Toss. This looks like a dire loss.
Cly on Bloodstone, though. He's healing a lot. Monkey King coming in with the ult. They can potentially turn this down. They're fighting on the back of the Bristleback, but it's not enough. Here comes High Gold! Doing so much damage. The toss by Chemical Zero slaps him down once again. Here comes the Witch Doctor to clean up the crew. Game on, dropping the ward, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to go down. I think they may also lose a tower or a set of racks for this play. They don't have the tier 2 mid. They can very easily take the tier 2 top or close out the mid racks. It's 12 minutes in. Sorry, 13 minutes in.
Unreal's the perfectly timed entrance with Cask onto the Monkey King, shutting him down when he just wanted to get his damage out and heal from Boundless Strike. And of course the ulti dealing tons of damage as well. Yeah, it's looking harder and harder at this point because you're not getting any more damage items, right? Like Lesh doesn't build an item which increases damage significantly enough to start killing the Tiny in these windows that the Techies provides, or that the Dawnbreaker provides. Dawnbreaker also is just really struggling to survive going in right now. I think she needs a BKB maybe. the gyrocopter doing significant magical damage that
Very
they don't really have any
interesting.
resistance for.
But take a look at the Techie's item build. He has a hat for every single one of the Techie's members gang.
Radiant might want to haul
Um,
down to their bottom tower.
And a Dagon, which together they can share. I do not like this Techie's build, but this is very bucket of fish for
But
sure.
Like I said,
I think
he
he's decided he just wants he just wants to have fun in this game. So I respect this decision. Though also we were talking about how they're kind of lacking the damage. So maybe this Dagon provides just that little extra bit of burst necessary to kill the Witch Doctor or the Gyrocopter in the space of that that blast off stun. And a lot of people forget about the component of the mine, where it actually increases the magic damage taken. It decreases magic resistance if people it hits. So it will actually buff the damage of his Dagon once he lands a couple of those mine hits. So maybe there's some synergy there as well. Could burst down Witch Doctor in particular. And we saw how important Witch Doctor is.
Oh, instantly blinks in on Bucket. Bucket does get the disarm off. He does have a lot of stuns following up here. Faz going in with the swing, pushing him back. Gamon does get away from the damage out of there, gets to walk away alive, but they are going to lose this tower. Tiny doing so much damage with the tree slaps. Looks like
he's
they're
gone
going to
Daedalus on the
continue going
Tiny.
on. They have so much damage resistance. Here comes Monkey King circling back in. A lot of damage going out on Chemical Zero, but here comes Unreal with the whole bunch of damage. Look at all that. Ursa coming in, going up with the clean over here. He's down here. He's down. He's down. It's a team wipe.
That was incredible damage from Unreal's. That right there is a play of the game moment. I would like to talk to Unreal's after this.
Chemical Zero has spotted the Dagon.
He did die to the Dagon, so the mission is accomplished. They will lose the game, but the psychological damage has been done. Bucket is playing for the long term here with his Dagon purchase. Now he just needs to complement the Dagon burst with a phylactery, I believe.
Oh, you're getting
No. Oh no, he knows.
I personally think the hats are more upsetting than the Dagon.
You know what? These blast offs, he's earned a little Dagon as a treat.
You were doing very well.
You can earn a little Dagon as a treat. Once again, coming in with Unreal's and Voodoo Switcheroo does get Maledict off. There's so much damage. Oh, actually, no, he may be potentially getting kicked off. Here comes Hot and Cold with the ultimates coming back in. Ursa coming in with the backline, instantly shredding through Clyde. Clyde is down. He's going in. Chicken Man's gone. Bucket of Fish going back out. He gets the dispel. He's going to get the Dagon off. No! So close to the Aegis. Monkey King has so much damage on him already. I think that's GG.
Yeah, you do not want to be pumping this damage into a blade mail up, bristle back, into his back. You already had damage problems, and now you're getting so much damage in return. This is GG. There's no coming back here.
What a wonderful play. I think we got to get Unreal's up here.
Absolutely. Unreal's MVP in this game. The team fighting damage.
Actually,
that
you know what?
ulti...
I think there's two people we want to talk to. I want to talk to Bucket.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
I want to talk to
we can
Bucket,
talk to
and I
both.
want to talk to Unreal's that game. What a match.
They do have to finish Ancient. GG is not being called. Maybe they have a Fortify here. Are they looking for last go? No, it is called.
What a match. Unbelievable gameplay. What an unbelievable play there. All right, we got to get your best friend up here. Where is the man of the hour? Good evening, Mr. Bucket.
Hey.
Wonderful game there, buddy. Sorry for the GGs, but one question. When you bought the first fuzzy hat, did the other two members of Techies Inc. Get jealous of the hat, so you had to, make sure all of them had their heads covered?
Yeah, it's all about equality for my little pigs. Mm-hmm. That was really
And
important.
so your blast off set game looked pretty strong, but the follow-up damage just wasn't quite there. Do you think there was an issue with the draft? Were the engagements just not quite there? Were they just too hard to kill, the Ursa Bristleback Tiny? I mean, that's a lot of HP to chew through.
It's a
What
lot
went
of
wrong?
HP to chew through, and I couldn't get to the back line because I wanted to get to Unreals with the Witch Doctor. He was my focus, but I could never really get to him as much. So I had to settle for Tiny a few times.
Yeah, but of course, even if you kill the Tiny, then you don't survive leaving the exchange afterwards.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
a Witch
gonna
Doctor
survive
ulti.
that. I have to trust my team to follow up and do the thing.
That
And they have to
first
focus
why
blast
the-
off. That first
Why the
blast
lane
off of
spots?
the
You've been
game.
running. You've been running Art de la Puerta as the offlane. All switched him back to safe lane here on the Monkey King. Was this a hero specific to? Was Faz needing a break from the carry role? What caused the change?
I think they just wanted to play a different lane with that hero, and he didn't want to play mid, which is okay. But it was a tough
Yeah.
lane. That's a very tough lane to play against an Ursa, and it was a good Ursa.
Yeah, the Ursa was pretty gross. And Gyrocopter 4-2 did a lot against the Monkey King. That's a tough situation.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to swap up to the other lane and help him out. Also, I couldn't do anything against the Ursa.
If you wanted to maximize making me angry, what would be your item build and on which hero? If you wanted to go in game, be like, I want Caster Flam to have an aneurysm. What's your process?
We were actually talking about me buying a phylactery to go with a Dagon.
I mean,
it would just be ridiculous, but
You
fun.
do have no single target spells on
Yeah.
techies, so
Yeah,
that would have been pretty bad. I would have been upset. Yeah.
yeah.
Does
I
the
like the
Dagon
caveat.
proc the phylactery though? That's a question. Can you proc?
My thought is it's a single target, so I would assume it does.
I'm actually not
I don't
sure.
This is
Maybe it
something you
doesn't.
should know, Flam.
I should know this. I'm surprised I don't. I feel like
Yeah.
it doesn't actually.
Yeah, it might not.
I feel like it has to be a spell.
So then it would qualify
I
as.
will say, I
making
don't mean to interrupt, but Bucket of Fish, I'm looking at the post game screen, and you alone denied BKB Hater from getting the unkillable bonus points in that game. You were the only person that killed him.
Yes. Haha.
So you denied the Ursa 3 points. Congratulations.
Feel good about that.
I
Because
feel
we are
good
very
about
far
that.
apart in ability.
Oh man, what a game though.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
it was very fun watching, and we look forward to seeing more games with you guys. But we wanted to hear from one last person before we cut it off for tonight. So thank you for joining us. Unless Flam, you had anything else you wanted to go with them?
Oh no, I'm dissatisfied, but I'm done with questions.
Absolutely.
That's fair.
Well,
The team had a lot of fun. No one was upset. We were all happy.
Fantastic
Yeah,
game.
like
We'll
like
talk to
you're
you
having fun.
sometime next week.
Yep, we'll see.
Take it easy. Alrighty. And then last but not least, we got to bring the man of the hour up here. Unreals, how are you doing? He's muted. Unreals, can you close
Hey,
your
what's up,
window?
guys?
Close your window so you don't let your Wi-Fi out.
What's up, guys?
How you doing, bud? What a gameplay from you, buddy. Every single time that Monkey King went out and showed his face, Maledict Coconut ult. You single-handedly punished his existence in that game. What was going through your mind?
Pretty much just patience, man. Just kind of wait in the back, wait for him to drop his ult. That's when I figured everyone would jump in, and I stayed out of the circle. And yeah, like you're saying, just drop the combo, and that was pretty much it.
When you had that Ags ulti and at the tier 3 mid fight where it was bouncing around, how do you get like a little spike of like endorphins and like adrenaline when you see the Witch Doctor ulti going off and just like mowing everybody down? I know that has to be one of the best feelings in the game because like you're just a little 5 position, right? You're not used to soloing the entirety of your team, but when you see those bounces happen, oh, it must feel so good.
Honestly, yeah, when that combo works, it's a good feeling. You're absolutely right. Seeing all that damage, and it's crazy because like you're saying, it's a pos 5. You wouldn't think he'd do so much damage, but once he gets all his items, He's definitely tough.
What do you think was the key to your laning phase? The gyrocopter did a lot of work in his lane. You guys definitely held your own down with the Ursa. What were you thinking about lane? Were you trying to get pulls off? Were you scared about any combo with the techies and the Dawnbreaker?
At first, we were just trying to like get pretty much a bunch of kills on the lane, but then we realized we couldn't. We were struggling to get a few kills, so we went back to pulling the creeps, and that kind of worked out better for us, honestly, because we were too far up, and every time we got close to a kill, they would just run back. So we decided to just kind of play safe, and it kind of worked out better that way. Sticking to
out
the
very well for you guys.
Yep.
Awesome job, you guys. Spirits must be high in your team. You had a great performance tonight from all people
Yeah.
involved. Must have felt good.
Yeah, everyone did
hopefully
good.
You guys racked up. Hopefully, you racked up some good cross tournament points in the point system, and we'll see some more success next week for you.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Appreciate you having here, Unreals.
Yep. See you guys then.
Talk to you later.
Yep.
Well, I believe Galix. Does that bring us to the end of the cast?
That is the end of it for tonight. That puts us with BKB Hater going undefeated this evening, Nox going 3-1, and Captain taking it away for third place, going in 2-2. I gotta say though, Captain put up one hell of a fight this evening. I wanted to use our one F-bomb there, but it unfortunately got burned earlier by our co-caster.
Sorry, that's my bad. I'm sorry.
Okay. We'll have to blur it out in post. So, but I appreciate everyone being here. If you can take the time to just like the video and subscribe to the channel, we look forward to seeing you guys next week. Thank you and have a wonderful week.